Yeah, ma. Take us. Us. Shit.
Okay.
Now I gotta go drop off my fucking parents to go off in Newark. So you handle this and I'll go.
Shit. Okay.
Bye.
Whatever. Bye. That's great. That's great. That's great. That's great. Wood. That's great. Isn't that great? That's great.
Damn.
What's up? Alright,
What's
so
up?
This is
we're gonna have to
interesting.
stand. There's no table. And,
Okay.
behind
Oh, Eddie's.
You're not in uniform.
you. Eddie's. Don't salute the desktop.
Jeez. That's so mean.
Why would you salute the desktop? It is mean that he's putting in no effort to be here.
Bruh.
What
Are we standing in tower order? How are we standing?
I'm standing
Whoa,
over here.
you can't.
Suit, meat bag, fleshy, pink skin.
Clanker.
That's it. Kick
I
him.
mean,
Kick him.
invalidated.
Get out.
Get him! Kill him? Got it.
Let's kill him. Get him
Alright,
out of
we're
here.
gonna wait a few minutes for people to show up, and then we'll get kicking, we'll get moving, get grooving, you know? Okay,
Move
so-
off, you say.
Mm-hmm.
So, Hierarch is currently dropping off his siblings somewhere, or his parents. So, I will start the meeting. For now.
Oh, we're still missing.
We're still missing Az, Kino, Dragon isn't coming in.
Dragon's not. Yeah. Well, if Locke doesn't come, they'll send the Sea Rye.
This is true.
Oh my god, military time! Let's go!
Nerd. Let me stop my camera.
Says the
Ironic
one
choice
going
of
into the
National Guard.
actual military.
This is the one LARPing the actual military.
You sure do not like military time for some reason. God damn.
I wonder why.
Oh,
Y'all
by the
can
way-
you speak up in the back?
Yeah, we can barely hear you guys, but you guys can hear us clearly, I'm assuming. It's just
Yeah.
how this world works.
Oh.
So, if you need to
Oh, I
talk,
like
raise your
this.
hand and then step up.
Teacher, may I go to the bathroom?
No!
Shut up, you.
I don't know. Can you, man, bro? Can you?
Oh my lord,
Have
not.
rights.
Yeah, I'll have like a cam
Go
for
back to the
people
nursing home.
talking too. That's cute.
Although speaking of hierarch siblings, remember Anais Fencor?
You're the second person to ask about Anais. Why? Why?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anais just doesn't play VR.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute!
Oh,
With the
sure.
love of the man, he's not on his desktop.
He's sliding over to you.
Get off the stage.
Ignore the fact that I'm short.
Alright, if you want to speak to us. Where the fuck are the pens? There are pens. One sec. If you'd like to speak to us as we're talking, if you have something to throw in, raise your hand and then step in this.
Here, Alec, I
circle.
can also just pull out an item.
Whatever.
Oh, death circle.
Yeah, whatever. Alright, just
I
stand
don't
there.
like your circle.
We're gonna wait a couple more minutes.
Give them a
as-
makeshift microphone. They could do the. I'm just saying, it'd be funny.
There's no mic. There's no grabbable mic.
Could do this. Wait for it.
What is that?
It's a pen light.
Oh, I thought it was something way different.
It's
Why is,
a
there a light,
stick.
why is there just a lightsaber right there?
Hey, Mr. Wood.
Don't worry
Laser
about
point.
that.
What is
This
this
is your
meeting
microphone.
exactly about? I
Step
just saw it in
into
the
this.
Discord. I thought I might show up. I don't know. It's a Lord meeting.
Lord meetings
Mm.
are used to change the group, right? We discuss different topics here that can change the future of the group, change things like how it currently operates, so on and so forth. All right. So, like this
Little
is the
updates
politics
here
of
and
the group.
there.
Yeah, big updates.
It's a good time to talk to people.
True.
Yeah, if you want to ask us questions, now's the time to do it. I mean, you
So
guys
we're-
can start now, I guess, because we're, unless you have questions for specific arcs, you guys are allowed to ask us questions now if you want. So yeah, so I mean, we don't really need to wait now to ask questions.
Sure, we can just start with the questions portion until someone shows up. Yark.
Shift that way.
Yeah, got it. Bon.
You're gonna let him
Well.
tell you what
Yeah,
to
it's
do?
good. Alright, does anyone have anything they want to ask? Any questions? Anything at all?
There's a chair. That's a chair. That is a circle.
That is a circle. You step inside the talking circle, then you can talk.
It's actually a ellipses because it's not a perfect circle.
Shut up!
The ellipses.
Did you raise your hand, Clinker? No. Pause, step up to the circle.
Oh lord.
Now I change it to pin 2. Oh, 2 is fine.
When are the final videos of the War of Croa getting posted? Because I can't finish
was
some
posted.
of the broadcast things, like on YouTube.
Oh.
It got
That's a
posted
great question.
yesterday.
You don't have the YouTube
I
channel?
need it for some broadcasts. I do. It's just not showing up for me, and I don't know what's wrong with that.
Do we
Like,
post
do you
any of
have
the
the-
Croa
Do you have
stuff
the
on the
login
YouTube?
for
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yeah, it's not there.
I don't know.
We'll figure that out after the meeting.
Yeah.
Arcpasivos, good evening. I almost said afternoon. That would be
My button is
good.
not working. It is everybody. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Jeez, wait. Oh, my keyboard is so weird. Okay.
So I heard the geysers are getting a nerf. When is that, if you guys know? Only you.
The Kaisers are getting a nerf?
Who said that?
Needed training, cause I kind of just heard it, cause the gun is very overpowered. But I want it to be overpowered.
I'm gonna be fixing up the gun because the fire rate is kind of rambunctious right now, but it's not gonna be a nerf.
I feel like that's kind of a
Someone's
nerf.
thinking
But
it's
okay,
a nerf.
yeah,
That's
that's all I had to
funny.
ask. Oh, actually, no. I have one other question. What's the YouTube channel?
Look at announcements. You'll see the live stream link, and that's the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Alright, well, some of you who don't know, Cough Puff ads. Hierarch is currently dropping off his parents somewhere, so he told me to take charge for the beginning of the meeting. So, I might as well start it, right? I doubt that the other arcs are going to show up. Other lords, I mean. So yeah.
We're only missing Kino and the Rye?
Yeah, and Dragon is...
And Dragon.
Dragon, no, I don't count Dragon due to the fact that they already said they weren't showing up.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Alright.
Blind.
I think the Sea Ride is showing up though. Might be wrong.
Well, then the Sea Rye can come stand up with us.
Alright, let me read off. First, let me explain how this usually works. At the beginning of Lord meetings, we go over each division, see how they're doing, how many active members there are, any changes, stuff like that. Alright, just general progress updates. Arc Noctos, Arc Valior Axith, said, the Noctis are doing well. She has seen a 300% increase in her division's popularity. She had one who has passed the challenge on Thursday, which would be Shadow, and 2 more interested in taking it soon. She has also revamped her division challenge to make it better, and is currently finalizing the new lessons for her curriculum. Beautiful.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Alright. Next on the docket is Arc Anandra. How are the Brutos?
my division's been doing pretty well. Haas, Az, and Stitchy are the main ones to be showing up at the current moment. Pumpkin showed up yesterday. It seems like they're doing pretty good. Unfortunately, Showtime is on LOA due to going to Florida. And then Xeno is still on LOA due to some personal reasons. But
Are you
for
gonna
right
do
now,
No, continue.
for right now, my division's doing pretty good. But there are some things that I'm gonna be teaching. A bit of new things I'm gonna be teaching them, or trying at least.
Gotcha. Were you gonna say?
Were you gonna do that thing with Showtime?
What
You've
thing?
been talking about it for weeks.
Oh no, Showtime pulled up. He pulled up.
okay.
Yep, it was the one
No,
day
I-
that didn't pull up.
Yeah,
Okay. I
gave
wasn't
him-
aware.
Well, to update you guys real quick, I'm giving him until the end of this month. If he doesn't show up more by the end of this month, I'm just gonna get rid of him.
It's fair.
Next would be the Piertos. They're not here. After the Piertos would be the Passipos.
Me, hi everyone. No, I'm just kidding. I'll stop. Anyways, sorry, I love these. We are doing great, actually. No complaints, nothing crazy going on. Indigo passed her test, so she is now riding the wave to Vichy or Shitai. I forget which one it was. Sorry, Indigo, if you're watching, I forgot. But it's one of those, most definitely. So she's working hard in the boot camp, which is great. My Karachi's there. Hi, Keel. Q's doing wonderful. He's teaching great, and I'm really proud of him. Honestly, Loki. Pumpkin's doing great. Everybody is doing great with the Passifos. I have no complaints on my end. We're all doing smooth. Viratyte attempted to take the challenge. He didn't do so hot. Haven't seen him since. So, I don't know. Hopefully he comes back. But yeah, that's all the updates I have.
Alright.
The Voyagas are well. There was a little hiccup, but I've already discussed it with them. Otherwise, the 4/5 when Kino is there are doing perfectly fine currently. We are just now in the waiting process still for extra hand.
Fair enough. Yes. The Kaisers are as always. The Kaisers are doing pretty well. My newest Kaiser, Mr. Wood, is doing beautiful. Couldn't be happier. And I believe there is a Viratype who wants to take the challenge. Is that you, Remy? Okay. Yeah, tomorrow
Yeah.
I'll host a challenge. So you can get to the Kaisers. Other than that, my curriculum has been going well. Everything's finalized, so when I leave, Elle is going to have that established set of lessons, so he's not left in the dark. Just so everyone knows, just a reminder, I am leaving July 1st. That is less than 30 days. So, yeah, Elle will be taking the reins of the Kaisers while I'm gone.
Just like you did with Nocto.
I'll be back November-ish, like November 16th to 20th, about. So yeah. Other than that, I don't really got anything. On to topics. Oh wait, news and bootcamp. Is Hoss still here? Hoss left.
Unfortunate.
Legion step up to the
I
circle.
thought Searai was coming.
I was just gonna say we're gonna miss you, Alex. You're an amazing person. You're an amazing arc.
Thank you, Legion.
Don't-
Even though you
don't
haven't been here
listen
for like
to
a
him.
year.
Don't
Even though you haven't
Yeah.
been
Why
here
are
for
you
like a year,
being
I
mean?
appreciate
What?
Yeah, I know it's words coming from someone who, retired from the Militants, quite early.
it. You were part
In
of
my
the glory
lifetime here,
days. Yeah.
I was a really good
Yeah.
VRI. I got a lot of people.
We miss you, Prime. You should
Come
back
back.
someday.
Make your damn group already.
I mean, I
You're on the
graduated
allies.
yesterday. I graduated yesterday, but now I'm gonna be focusing on my group.
Please, by the time I come back, I want your group at least like bare bones skeleton done. All right. I don't want to be waiting on the next.
All I
server
need,
for-
all I really need is the role system properly organized, and that's it.
All right. Well, guess what? You've got 7 professionals who have been doing this for a while now. If you need help, all right. So, yeah. I have some.
So,
I'm also just still
7
waiting on like the
professionals.
PvP maps to be done.
yeah, what do you mean
That's fair.
7?
6 arcs in the run. And I guess.
You don't even count Hierarch? Wouldn't that be 8?
Technically,
I mean, yeah.
technically 7. Not
mean,
not
it
counting
was-
the
I'm pretty sure it
original
was
seven,
Az
so
who
he
made-
is still
Hierarch is
slightly
fucking-
new to
I'm pretty
this.
sure it was Az who made most of the roles either way.
Well, yeah, like in the
You're
Discord.
still new to it. You're still.
Yeah.
I did. For what?
Yeah,
I
you
did.
said- you
What
said
did I
on
do?
server, in the Discord.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did. Oh, I'm stupid. I was like, what? I did. What
This
did I
man
do?
knows how to set up a server. If you ever need
Thank
help,
you.
honestly, dude, you should have
I
commissions
honestly,
for server setup.
I've been thinking about it. Yeah.
Whenever you are available, do you want to have like a little meeting and sit down and go like through my Discord server or through both of them
Okay.
and help me set up the roles?
Yeah, I don't mind. I just have to work on a different one before yours, which I do have to reach out to that person if they're here. I don't even know if they're here. Who do I need help making a server here if they're here? Raise your
Oh,
hand.
there's the
I know
C-Rag.
I
The
know
C-Rag
it's one
can
of
put
them.
in for the boot camp.
Hello.
No, oh, you're not here. You're the
Fish.
C-Rag. You're
Eddie's.
Eddie's.
Baddies.
Film up.
Eddie's.
Alright.
How's the...
Thank you, Legion, for those kind words. Hey, C-Ride, how's the boot camp going?
As far as I know, I think it's doing pretty okay. The ride hasn't told me to say anything specific on the boot camp as far as I know. But from the looks of it, the recruitment this week went pretty batshit poor, I will say that. But the people
we
as
got a
far as I
decent
know,
amount
are
of
doing
numbers.
okay. Pardon?
I thought we pulled in a decent amount of numbers this week.
So. Towards the end, it kind of got bad.
Mm.
Weren't like 6 people devoured? If I recall correctly. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
but I believe some of them were let back in.
2 of them.
3 of them, actually.
3?
Mm.
I wasn't notified of that one.
Buddy had changed their name and the ride gave them another chance at redemption.
I'm afraid. I got TB.
No, it should be fine. I'll bring the drill
Order in the
sergeant.
court. Hush from the crowd. From the peanut gallery.
The peanut gallery is quiet. It's the people on the stage.
He's the one. The clanker has been talking. Yes, Ronan. Step up to the circle.
If I may ask, if you don't mind telling, why do you have to go?
I'm going to basic training. I'm in the Army National Guard, and I've been waiting to go, well, as I was. I've been waiting to go to basic training for a while now, and my ship date is finally here. So yeah.
Alrighty. Okay.
Huzzah!
Long story short, he's leaving us because he don't love us no more.
He
He's
loves
right.
us still.
No, he's
Don't
right.
worry.
No, he's
Oh,
totally right. I hate you guys.
what the fuck?
You guys know I'm joking. Alright.
You gotta
He's
remember, I
not
know
joking.
this man like the back of my hand. I've been with this man for.
I was gonna say, I've
Yes,
never
I
seen
do.
you play video games with this man off duty.
We used to play Iron Strikes. We're getting
Uh,
off topic. Alright. The news. The news isn't here. Do you have any updates about the news? I know you're the editor, but you're the only news person on here right now.
Paper is running smooth as always. Also, my mic probably sounds like shit. I am so sorry.
you're clear.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, very nice. Okay, so, what day is it today? It's Saturday, right? Okay, so, article due dates are today, and then the grace period starts, so I'm getting articles now, and as I get them, I'm gonna squeeze them into the paper. The next issue should be done the same as it always does. So paper's running smooth. I don't know about the broadcast. I know they're saying that they're getting all this stuff done, but I don't know on that side. That would be Jax and Haas. So I don't know the progress with that.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
Alright. Anything from the crowd before we move on to some topics / debates? Anything at all? No?
The crowd goes mild. No, I'm just kidding. Wow, this is a very lovely crowd we have now. So.
Hey,
Thank you.
you need to step into the circle to boo. Alright, raise your hand first. Come on, man. Go ahead. For the bit. Go ahead.
Oh shit.
Boo.
Yeah, Remy, come up here.
Boo.
Come up here.
Man,
Come up to the stage. Alright. Face that way. Start doing push-ups.
Whoa! Damn!
Alright. While he's
That
doing that, do we have any topics, arcs, lords, samurai? Anything you want to talk about? It's a lord meeting.
What do we have any topics to talk about?
Nothing really bad.
Hierarch would know the best.
I have a
Do
few
you?
topics, but Elle needs to be here for those topics. So.
Oh yeah, you have to
That's
bounce it. Yeah.
So,
I don't
I
know.
was gonna bring up the Stomoni
Bring it up.
situation, but it looks like it already got handled.
Go back to your seat.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess we can, real quick, just
I'm thinking.
to clear up some confusion that has been going on with Stomoni and why he's back. Hierarch, as some of you know, most of you don't, is a big believer of second chances. To an extent that's it's sometimes problematic, as we've seen with past members. Cough, Murinus. No, not Murinus, sorry. Deadpool.
Ninja?
No, and Mirnus, yeah. And
Uh,
Mirnus was one of them.
Okay.
Ninja was actually pretty chill. The only problem with him is he came back and called us weak. Otherwise, from that, he was a pretty good arc.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, Hierarch is a big believer in second chances, and yes, Stomoni was devoured, right? But Hierarch believed that the charges against him weren't that major, and he deserved a second chance to prove himself. And if you've seen, Stomoni is humiliated by what he did, which is wonderful. He understands that what he did was fucked up, and now he's growing from it. Alright? We don't bring back just random Devour members unless we can see that they do want to grow. Alright? We don't let anyone back in. Like, we're not gonna let JMA back in just because she wants to. Alright, that'd be
Or
fucking wild.
Quaz.
Yeah, we can
Man.
name names, but you get the point, right? Stomoni killed himself for lore. Alright, it was retarded, but now he's back. And he's trying to fix himself, which is great. You know, that's what we like to see. Evolution, baby. But because some people were kind of confused in the confessions, right? Like, why is this Devour guy back in the server? I hope that cleared it. Pyre can speak on it more when he comes back. If he comes back.
How long did he say he'd be?
He did.
That's a problem.
Ah, I see. That's unfortunate. Okay.
Um,
Do we have nothing? Really?
I got nothing.
We have absolutely nothing. I have
Legit.
like three debate topics that are gonna take us like an hour, and there's nothing else.
Yeah, I don't really got anything.
I simply don't have
I mean,
nothing.
yeah, we're just
I'm
waiting
chill where I am
for.
right now.
But what topics you got? I'm curious. But how bad are these? I'm up front row seat. I'm swing. I'll stop.
One is
Well, what you
about
got?
the identity of the militants as a whole. Not
Ooh.
Nia doesn't know about this one. This isn't what you think it is.
Oh, it's not
I-
that one.
Yeah, I don't think I know this one either.
And the second one is about us on VR chat. I don't want to get too into it now. I want to wait until he's here. But yeah, those are my two topics, and they're going to be long ones. Hopefully,
Yeah, that will be a long one.
hopefully Hierarch doesn't leave in the middle of it. Mini, are you?
He most likely will.
No, you're not still there. Okay, never mind. Remy, step up.
And then Shadow after. You guys can form a line.
Yeah, what's the difference between getting suspended and like devoured. What's the big difference between both? I mean, I get it,
Oh
like
boy.
So,
deciding.
Kino's
Oh my god! The Piethos arc! Tell what?
And he's naked! Oh, never mind.
okay. Yes, everyone's
I don't know, on my
dark.
screen he was. Hello, Mario.
Oh,
Hello.
hello Mario.
Everybody.
Here comes the boy.
Hello boy.
Hello.
So, getting devoured is like getting kicked or banned from the group. A suspension is a suspension. It's a temporary kick or ban. You know, you get to come back after and still keep your rank and stuff. But if you get devoured, you're gone and you start from 0 if you come back. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Shadow?
So polite.
So I had a couple questions because I was more interested in the lore about everything, but I don't know who I would talk to about that.
You can talk to me, you can talk to... I know Az knows a lot about the lore. Hierarch,
What?
obviously. Yeah, all of us
Oh,
know
lore?
a lot
Yeah.
about the lore of the group, right?
Yeah.
hmm
Go ahead, ask away.
Because I was thinking about with like my character, because everyone calls me Shadow. I was thinking of doing something like that, but I don't know how that would work in
Okay,
the lore.
if you're planning on becoming a shadow, you can't. It has to be what, a living being.
It,
Yeah, it
Right.
has to have to be something with sentience.
Technically, the flesh-eating Shadow is a living being from a Doctor Who, so technically that could be.
it's so funny that you're naming yourself Vashta. Az, you remember
I
Vashta?
can't.
You remember Echo?
Didn't we have this
I
conversation
do.
last night?
I do, yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
he was
Vashta,
a-
man.
Couldn't I technically do
who's
that?
the
Hmm?
Couldn't I technically
Echo.
become that
No.
in lore?
So
Oh, Echo.
Yeah.
the way becoming a Fae works is one creature gets injected with Titanicite blood. Alright. If you have a collective of creatures, like a hive mind, forming one general mass, you would need to inject each and every one of them to have them become a Fae. No. You're not a million ants man. Alright, we're not gonna transform a hive mind into Fae, unfortunately.
Wouldn't it also work if they devoured a creature with the Titanica blood?
No, it needs...
Technically.
No, because that creature was already evolved from the blood, and it would
Oh,
be different
yeah,
from...
true.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to explain, alright? It's... You need to get it fresh.
I just
you know,
had a
hot
couple
off the
questions
press.
with that, yeah.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Alright. Let me just clear something up. Right? We do not use magic in the militants. Almost everything that we have, when it comes to our biology, weaponry, universe, can be explained through science. Alright? Me and Elle have talked about it a lot. Alright? There's a reason for everything. Lokar is the only thing that's sci-fi bullshit. But that is the only thing in our universe that we're using for that. Because, yeah, we kind of need an outlet for that. But the rest of the militants, the monarchy, the emissaries, run off of science juice. Alright? No Santa Claus, it's science in here. Alright?
There is no Easter Bunny, there is no,
No Easter
Tuesday,
Bunny,
and there is no
Tooth
Queen of
Fairy.
England.
So yeah, when you're creating your OC, or character, just make sure it's within the realm of nonfiction. Alright? Try to think like a scientist when making it. And if you need help with that, we're here. Alright. Remy, step up to this.
The amount of debates I've had with Hierarch.
I kind of feel ashamed asking so many questions, but I didn't
No.
know you could make your own character. Is that when you become a Fae?
I need to pause.
You can make your own character whenever.
Do never be ashamed of asking questions. We love answering questions. At least I did. That's like our whole job.
I love answering questions.
Yeah,
I like
never-
when
That's
questions
fun.
are
I
asked.
love answering
Search for
Kinda like
knowledge.
For me, it's kind of like an addiction. You know?
I'm just a little stuck
You
on
look
the
like
whole
you're in there.
character and the lore making
Yeah.
for your
I
own
love you.
stuff.
So when you become a Fae, you can create your own OC. You don't even need to be a Fae, technically. You can still have a human OC if you want. If you want to stay within the infantry and be a human. I know you don't, but like hypothetically you could, right? If you need help creating your character, you can come to us after the Lord meeting. But yeah, there's no like requirement you need to reach before creating your OC, right? Anyone can have a character. As long as
Got it, okay.
makes sense.
Okay, thank you.
What?
Ooh.
How exactly does the Kenekai blood change people's biology?
Okay. This is like a whole lore lesson. That I already stopped.
I mean, we have to wait for Mr. Hayek anyway.
Let's waste some time. Not waste some time. Let's spend some time talking about it, right? So, each division is, as I was, each Titanic is made up of the most potent blood of the arcs within one division, right? Each division, the DNA that makes a Kaiser is made up of 1,000 different creatures from across the galaxy, alright? The amount of different DNA within the Titanicai's blood is so vast that you cannot pinpoint a Kaiser's origin to a specific planet, right? The antlers come from one creature. Your claws come from another. You get what I'm trying to say? We engineered... the Titanicai were engineered, or the divisions, excuse me, were engineered, so we developed these various traits from across the galaxy. We didn't... It's so hard to explain. It really is. When the group was formed, lore-wise, there were these things called the Altered. They were creatures made up of very... It wasn't Titanic. It was just the very early stages of our DNA mutation, right? Elahriar was a scientist, lore-wise, and he was the first one to become a Fae, or an Altered, within the monarchy. Then he revolted, right? And he altered other creatures, other humans, to become these Altered, and certain creatures took... Sorry, as I was. These humans took on traits from many, many different types of DNA to become random beasts, creatures. Like, there was a person who looked exactly like you, who was potent enough to become a Kaiser. It's so hard to explain. I apologize. I really wish Elle was here right now. It is a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah,
it's not even written down anymore.
Quite a bit.
It's just in his head. You know, it's not even in the library right now.
Which it should be.
I love him so much.
You need to sit him down and write with him. Genuinely.
One other thing.
I love that man.
One other thing I don't really want to skip over with this whole entire thing is this is when a person does complete the challenge and becomes one of the members of the division. Lore-wise, you drink from a chalice. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alec, but you drink from a chalice, and not all Fae, not all people act the same. Lore-wise, we've had some very fuck-ups. Like, if the blood doesn't accept you, it will just straight up kill you. If I'm correct.
I apologize, Wood. What was your original question?
How exactly does the blood change people?
On a molecular level?
Yes, that's what I was confused. That's what I'm confused about.
It's genetic modification.
Q, you're...
Hold on.
There, his health gun was on. I could see the particles.
It's genetic modification. When you get injected with this DNA, it splices itself with your DNA. You can't really map out the specifics of how that happens, right? I'm sure we can pull up some documentation on how they do that in real life with gene splicing and stuff, but it is just basically glorified gene splicing, you know, if that makes any sense, which I know it doesn't. Alright, it's wacko.
This is probably a stupid comparison, but it's kind of like the Hulk in a way.
The Hulk? No.
No.
I mean, it changes his body, doesn't it?
He got that from gamma radiation. Not from Alter. His
Okay.
I mean, I guess
Okay.
Alter.
Kind of
Whatever.
compares to.
I feel like
It
Spider-Man, because
kinda
it
did
did
alter it.
change him.
I hope you are unsatisfied with my answer and you ask this again when Hayek gets back. Okay?
I am unsatisfied with it.
I am very happy to hear that.
Oh, it's oh my goodness! So many Voyagos in the lineup.
There's two.
That's not.
Calm down.
See, Pieta's in the over there.
Q, did you have a question or no? Okay.
We got
Uh,
every division here.
Does anyone else have a question right now?
Not every division.
Indigo, is that a question? No, it's not. Sorry. Well, since Kino's here, how are the Puertos doing? Because we skipped over you.
We're doing good. I got to train. Who was it? I think it was. It was Jax. I can't remember which Pietus it was. Though, I did train at least one yesterday. I can see her back there. God, I'm pulling out blanks out of my fucking head again.
Any of you are interested in joining the Puertos?
Nope. But I do got a Voyagos that has two. Hey, what's up, Buddha? Right. I do got a Voyagos that's doing the challenge right now, trying to be a part of the
You
Pietros.
stolen two of the birds.
They walk through my doors, all right? They ask for a challenge.
Fair enough. Okay.
Sliding doors on my division, all right?
Okay. Do you have anything you want to bring up to the table?
Nope.
Fuck.
I got nada. Head empty.
If you guys want to ask literally anything, we are trying to kill time before Hierarchy gets that. He has to go
I
drop
have a
off his
suggestion.
siblings right now, or his parents, whatever. Remy,
Has to drop off individuals. Just line up nicely.
Are there any known changes coming to the group, and if so, what are they?
Yes and no. Some things we can talk about, which we are going to, and some things that we definitely cannot, which have to do with our future.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
My thing was more of a suggestion where you ask the Cavels in the room questions instead to kill time.
I got nothing. I got my head empty.
I also got nothing for that.
That's a good idea, Wood. How about we start with you? Hey, Wood, what is your end goal in the militants? What rank do you want to reach before being satisfied?
I don't really care about rank. I just want to make sure the Viogos, I'm satisfied what they become in the future. That's all I want. I don't really care about a rank.
Alright, so you're a V-Titan now. You're fine with that?
Yes.
Yes? You're fine, right? I'm messing
Hey, be
with
nice
him.
to
I'm
him.
messing with him. Come on. Does anyone else have
Good
questions for
gravy.
Wood?
What's your favorite ice cream?
Seriously?
What? We gotta kill time. We
Exactly,
gotta
it's a
kill
question.
time.
Whatever.
Why are you
Whatever.
getting on my ass? You wanted to kill
What's your
time.
thoughts on chocolate mint?
Answer the question, Wood.
What's your thoughts on chocolate mint?
Salted caramel.
Go to
Ooh.
Go to Best Kaiser guess. Current Kaiser. Q. Another question for you, Wood. Oh, nope, never got it.
Oh. Haha. What changes do you want to see within the Voyagos from before your time? Has there been decent enough, or is there something you want to add?
I can't think off the top of my head right now. I know
Good
I
to
have
know.
it somewhere noted, but I
Oh
can't
no. I'm gonna like wake up and I'm gonna look at my phone and see like an article of things. And I'm gonna be like, wow, that's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them.
Yes, I look.
You're gonna see 45 pages. Look, it's Hamilton.
Would you? That would. Sorry. I'm assuming you want to become a sovereign within the Voyagos. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Would you ever considering becoming a sovereign in a division?
Don't I honestly don't know.
Get the fuck away! You attack. Oh my god. Shit, kick it. Any other questions for Wood? Okay, please sit down. Thank you. Come up here, Q.
Yay, Q!
Wait, first I got a question for Alec.
I haven't asked.
I've been meaning to ask this. You tend to blame nepotism on the Rafflatias, even though most of them were sovereign or higher before they joined the family. The only person who became a higher up inside the Rafflatias was me. Why is that?
When was the last time I claimed nepotism to be an actual thing between the Rafflatias?
Literally all the time.
That's not an answer. A specific time. I joke about it because, yeah, 70% of the sovereign right now are Rafflatias, and it's funny.
That
But I don't
doesn't
believe
mean
that
it's
there's true nepotism.
They were sovereign
Yeah,
before
I
they
understand that,
joined the
Q.
Rafflatias.
And I'm not saying that their group,
But like,
their
it
families
feels
run off of
directed
nepotism.
at me sometimes, because I'm the only person that became a higher up while in the Rafflatias.
Name a time where I claimed nepotism because you became an Ikachi. I don't think I ever did.
I
was
feel
fine with
like
you becoming
any
an
time
Ikachi.
we debate about me being an Akrachi, you always say you're only or you sometimes say you're only an Akrachi because as nepotism do there.
I have never said that. I have never said that.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you've said it at least once.
I have never said that, Q. You've earned your role as Ikachi in this Pacificos. I never argued against that. And I never claimed nepotism.
You did try to
against
get me
people unless
demoted
it's
once,
true.
though.
I didn't want to get you demoted. I wanted to set something in stone, which the sovereign forgot about, and now it is, right? The problem got solved.
Mm-hmm.
It was either you stopped being Ikachi, or it happened how it happened, and it happened how it happened, right? And I think everyone is happy with this outcome because if you got demoted, it would have been a bigger shitstorm, for sure.
Alright, well, that was my question. I'm assuming there's
Damn.
going to be a question for me or something.
Does anyone got a
Damn, you came over swinging. God damn, don't look at me. I don't know what happened. No, that's the thing with the Akrachi thing as well. If we were gonna have it as Songbird, we were gonna put an age requirement on that too. We were like, do we really want to do that? You know what I mean? Like, it
A
was
lot
so
of the people that would be a good rank or good
Correction.
things is just young.
Well, at least that was one of the options.
Yeah, one of the options was.
Yeah.
I like the current option.
I'd like to remind everyone here that we did agree on setting an age requirement, but we all forgot about it. It's fine, it's past, but that's what happened, and that's what sparked the whole situation. Just saying. But
That kind of, but that also kind of falls on all of us because it should have been written down.
You all forgot.
I wasn't told.
Yeah, we
You weren't
all
there. I
forgot
don't
when
think
we.
It's fine.
What I'm saying is when we agreed upon it, it should have been written down so none of us
Yeah,
forgot.
we've had this talk.
Is what I'm
yeah.
saying.
We talk about things and don't write them down, but still remember them. No?
I really gotta get back to the habit of doing that.
True.
I want to.
But we've had this discussion
I like
privately. We don't need to do it here. We've already
Yeah.
discussed this.
I like to write things down. I really should get in the habit of writing things down again. Sometimes I forget though.
Can't believe your
I
inflation
think-
is so nepotistic. Is that a word?
I'm gonna beat your ass!
Can't believe you guys.
Is that a word?
I don't know.
Opens
Hey, Google,
book.
is nepotistic a word?
Opens a book. Wait, I'm gonna look this up now, real quick.
Does anyone else
Hey,
have any questions?
hey,
They're
Google
so
as.
nepotistic,
Is
I
there is
should
nepotistic a
become
word?
a different family.
Nepotistic.
Yeah, talk to Elle about becoming-
Nepotistic.
But we'll get-
I can. I
No.
can. I can talk to Elle.
Good luck.
Oh yeah, no, it's a real word. Nepotistic is a real word. It's real.
I'm beautiful. Any other questions for you?
You are very beautiful.
I got none for Q at the moment.
What the fuck? Did you say
What's your next division?
Piratos.
Yeah.
He's only got one. He's only got like 2 options left after the Pacifos. No? You did.
You mean the
That was
Voyagos, you bitch?
You guys don't count.
Yeah, Pacifoid.
I'm joking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Skin this
I'm
man.
sick and tired of
I'm
you,
already
genuinely.
skinned. I don't have any skin. I'm pure muscle.
I'm not gonna skin
They
you!
said it.
Man! Who said it?
Kaiser's Yusuf skin, it just looked like flesh.
They were always skinless. I just didn't know how to do that back then.
I miss when you guys were just trees.
Fuck you.
What could that be?
That shit.
That's about
I
it.
think Remy has a question. They keep throwing up their hand.
Yeah. Please take your seat, you. Step up, Remy. Remy.
To kill time, what's your guys' favorite color?
Green.
Blue.
I like
Now I
combinations
wonder
of
what my
colors.
favorite color is.
Oh,
What's my favorite color?
I think it's a.
Probably black.
Nah, bro. It's
Definitely not.
yeah, bro. It's orange.
I mean, black is a color that he does like.
He's more of a, like,
I think
burgundy.
it's green. I think it's green, guys.
Never mind.
I think it's green.
I like blue.
This one is
Okay.
Periwinkle.
I like purple.
Periwinkle division.
I also like purple.
I prefer blood
Yeah,
red.
He likes birch
look
neon.
Look up Periwinkle. You'll see a picture of Sorry, I don't hear.
Neon birch.
Everyone here,
think they
please
like
go on your
CNS
phone and look up
33.
Periwinkle. Alright? You'll see what I'm talking about. It's just flowers.
Okay, next person.
I'd prefer Kaiser colored red.
Anyone else got any? Please?
Do not say sentient glow. Okay, thank God. Okay.
Sentient glory
Dragon
holes.
fruit.
Sentient glory holes. You guys don't even understand that bit.
Wasn't that
Let me-
Joe's?
Oh my god, you don't understand.
This horrible avatar. This horrible avatar was the old Voyagos. As you can
fucking
see,
hate it.
Dried
So
they
grape
have a hole in their
favorite
face.
is-
The only people that had
They're
to
known
suffer
as
with it
sentient
in this room are me and Minnie. And Kino.
What do you mean, you and Minnie? Me too, bitch.
You were
I had a
You guys
suffer
weren't
with
around for
that.
this.
Yes, we were. When we
Please,
joined, we were.
I'm
Yes,
so sorry.
because you used. This was during Hell Week when I had joined.
Christ. Yeah.
And I had that. I had that around the time.
I miss the scent.
At
of
some
glory
point.
holes.
Who's requesting
Yeah, the
change?
amount of
Oh.
jokes that was made because of that fucking Ivy.
I hated that. I have so many
The
written
forbidden
down
flashlight.
because of it.
You hated it? I made the damn avatar. They made me ruin it.
Yeah, well, I had to wear the damn avatar.
They made me ruin the avatar. I had such a cool vision for the avatar, but they made me make that thing into a mouth. Fuck you. Voldemort, the guy that we don't talk about because it always sparks drama. You know, he's a Reflation.
Oh, him, yeah.
He's the reason that they look like sentient glory holes. If it wasn't for him, they would have been so much cooler. But no.
Objection.
Okay, this
Oh,
is in the core.
we're talking about him.
He who shall not be
Andy
named.
hated that avatar just as much as everyone else did. He absolutely hated it.
No.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He hated
When
the
the-
hole. He specifically hated the hole and wouldn't settle for anything else besides it being a mouth, which pissed me off. If the hole wasn't a mouth, the avatar would have been so much better. I had so much planned for
So
the
you
avatar.
tell me
Pretty
he
much.
liked the avatar, just not the glory hole.
No, I mean, he liked the body of the avatar. He didn't like the hole. Elle made him keep the hole, but Andy only wanted the hole if it was a mouth.
I
Wait, is me saying the word hole making me laugh, GTA?
No.
That's
I'm in
Yes,
call
it
with
is. You're
Pumpkin right
fucking
now.
lying.
No, I'm in call with Pumpkin right now. They're saying some funny shit right now. So.
I see.
Ay, ay, ay.
Anything else? Hey, you guys can ask about anything about the history of the crew, about the future of the crew.
Oh my god, there's a
Or
new blood in the
history of said
corner.
person of the
Hello?
higher
Hi, new
ups.
guy. Hey, we're just so you know, we're live streaming this. I think it shows you, like, it pings you in the announcements that we're live streaming in the boot camp. I'm not sure if it does, but yeah.
I don't
Hi.
think it does.
It should, you know, the news notifier. Isn't it also in the?
It didn't ping in the boot camp. It didn't ping in the boot camp.
Oh no,
Apologies.
it
I'm a
did.
liar.
No, it did.
I'm not a liar.
It did? Oh, I'm
I'm the
blind.
smartest person on earth. In Eon.
Wait, no. That
He's lying.
That looks like ads.
I
That
just lied.
looks like ads.
I just lied. Again.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, hi. Are you
Yeah.
so what? Are they alive?
Are they dead or are you good?
Hello?
There, the pendant's there from a.
Try to move
deck of
forward a
odds.
bit.
Is that Ghost Rider? Is he
Also,
staring into myself?
why? Oh.
no, he's
I don't know
gone.
if he, I don't know if he crashed or not.
He gone.
Oh, yeah,
there
no,
he
no,
is.
no,
Oh, he's
no,
alive! Hey, what's up,
It's
you guys?
I was gonna say, why don't we bring him like into the circle and see if he has any questions? Because they're new and they have nothing.
Yeah,
They have no
hey,
information.
Hey, Timely, you see that
Get in the
that
circle.
black circle right
Come on.
there? Step inside that black
Right here.
circle.
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
You have volunteer.
You're totally not on the spot at all. Like you're
Yeah,
totally not on the literal
definitely
spot.
didn't.
Hi.
I just had a
Hello.
massive lag spike, so.
Oh, you poor soul.
Well, welcome.
Welcome to the group.
So questions I have. When exactly how exactly do I just get out from being a new blood, basically?
You'll start on Monday. You'll become
Okay.
a Vitae new.
Everybody asked that
And
question.
your training will be at 6:30 EST PM.
Explain it.
I think we should have that written down somewhere in the boot camp. Just like, hey, just like have the bot repeatedly ping it
Also,
to the deck of
real
ours
quick.
on Monday.
I gotta double check something. I
Here?
think. I'm on Discord.
His volume's getting lower as he speaks.
He's looking. Just give him a second. Minnie, I can see you poking out through the corner. Yeah. Get this, I can see you.
Never mind. I was just checking something that was not true. Anyways, I have nothing else then.
Are you curious about anything before boot camp starts?
How many people do I get to kill in boot camp?
That would be a me answer. Yeah, it depends on how many show up and how good of a shot you are.
Hey,
That's what I like to hear. I like that question.
I had a question for you.
Yeah.
2 questions actually. Is that good? That's fine.
Yeah.
Alright. One.
Fire.
Who's your recruiter?
I did not look at his name.
It was a gentleman, okay. That
It's probably
narrows the
Shin
pool. Mm,
Was he like nice and kind of British?
What?
that's 2 people. That's
that's-
3
that's a
people. That's
that's
3
like-
That's a
people.
bit racist, GTA. Wow, man.
Kind of.
Did they have
Kinda
a
being
European
too
Or
specific.
accent?
just nice in general?
Let's just say they were nice in general. I don't.
Okay. Okay.
Do you remember which avatar they were in?
Don't you have the?
Oh yes, they were in one of those avatars.
Okay.
Which one? You pointed to a bunch of people.
The one in the one in the weird armor.
Yeah.
Okay, so that for wait, which day were you
It must
recruited?
have been.
It could have been Clifford.
No, I think it was
It could have been
Sticky?
Shadow, Remy, or Clifford.
It could have been.
Johnny. I think it was Johnny.
Is Johnny a
Or-
Discord.
No, because they
Oh,
they
yeah,
were training this week.
Johnny, no
Johnny, what's your
Where did I get it from?
But they were
that,
still
that
at
could have narrowed it
recruitment,
down
no?
instantly.
I had to make the reference.
Wait, what's your Discord?
Yeah, I was gonna say what was
Finally
their
won.
Oh yeah, that was me. I recruited you.
All right, there we go.
Oh,
there was
hey.
there we found our recruit. We found the
Why
recruiter.
were you what?
Remy's a Viratai.
He is? Oh.
He
Wait,
literally tried to
wait,
take the Voyagos challenge and he's trying to.
Viratai, not V-Rai. Not V-Real.
Vira.
Wow.
If there is not enough V-Rio or V-Rai, the Cavels and Viratai help.
I thought we had like 10 V-Real. What happened to them?
Because some of them are training, some of them are gone. Some of them have lives outside of this.
He's a V-Rio too.
Finally, my second question. What is your play style when it comes to FPS games? Do you like being a sniper? Do you like being a tank? Do you like being,
So I'm usually. Sometimes I'm full on assault, but most of the time I'm in the back, just picking off the people trying to get away or being silent.
Would you rather
Knock
use
those.
a sniper, a machine gun, or an assault rifle?
Or chemical warfare.
Chemical warfare, thanks.
Now he speaks my inner psychopath. Chemical warfare.
Alright.
Oh.
Keep an eye on that.
Oh, Pietros, man. Oh. Oh, there's another Vitae new. We should pull them up too.
You like burning down buildings and watching the flames flicker? Join the Pietos.
I definitely have never taken a pyromaniac test and passed it with flying colors.
Well, now you can. Just come join the
You will
Pietos.
be an interesting one to teach.
It's good. Because no Pyrtos, are kooky. The Pyrtos are kooky by nature. You guys are freaks. But you're not enough of a freak. You need to be more freaky.
Don't.
I need to be cheaped up. I need to be cheaped up.
We ain't gonna get into there.
It's in their lore.
You're normal. You're like a normal pedestrian.
Let's not get into their lore
Alright.
while we're live streaming.
What about Dragon in a insane asylum jacket? Kino drug.
They need an update. That arc uniform needs an update.
Shadow, sure.
Timely. That's
Shadow.
about it.
Decade
From
old.
us, I think you can take your seat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have a good day.
See you on Monday.
Real quick. Shadow, you weren't in the talking circle.
Yeah. Shadow, come up here real quick. I got a surprise for you.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yes, Alan? Start pushing.
Push-ups.
Alright. Well, anything else,
Give
guys?
me like 5 seconds.
Crimson Kev is also a
two,
Vitae new that's here.
3, 4, and he's AFK. Get the fuck down! Start doing push-ups. Yeah, it's not that hard.
I had a
Crimson, why don't you
Your
go into
arms
that
is
circle
one.
there?
Don't gotta fucking move your entire setup because you're doing push-ups. Come on.
I was sitting down on a couch. I can't help it.
I was sitting down on my chair and I got done in 2 seconds. That's not an excuse.
But I don't have space in that area.
Flip over your couch. Find space.
Any other person who wants to come up to the circle?
You won't get PT if you want to speak in the circle. If you speak outside the circle, you're gonna join my friend here.
Remy.
Why'd you make the circle black? Why not red or blue? So hard to
If
see.
it was red, it would match the floor, and you wouldn't know where to
That's why I
stand.
said blue though. It matches this floor. It's kind of.
It's because the black doesn't show up on the camera too well. I mean, it kinda does. I don't know. I just made it black. I grabbed a pen and used it. You know what? How about this? You grab a pen, any color you want, and make a new symbol. How about that, Remy?
Actually,
Go ahead.
let's go.
I got a surprise for you afterwards, too. Shadow, get up.
Foul.
Oh, I wanted to do more.
Yeah? Okay, get back
No. No.
Get
No.
back
Oh my god.
I like doing this.
Self-sentencing is crazy.
Hey,
Hey,
Shadow.
Minnie, we got another one of you.
Oh god, yeah, we got another one of you.
Dude,
Okay,
get those. Do not celebrate.
Remy, go put that back and join Shadow.
Don't we love PT?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, who's we, bro?
If you love it that much, you're most likely gonna get fucking suspended. So
Hey, I don't misbehave. I just do traditional.
Shadow, I told you to do push-ups, not give us a TED talk. Keep pushing. Mini. Mini.
God.
My mic turned on.
I got this shit on recording. You know what? Let me face the camera towards you. I'm
I just
showing
hope
this
you
into
know
Dragon.
that I'm actually watching the live stream. Just by the way, you can only see like from your point of view. Oh my goodness! Hey, Eric.
Oh my god, it's my husband. Get out of the way.
Remy and Shadow, go back to your seats.
I don't know. Alec told them to do PT. I don't know why.
Why? You were
They
there.
spoke
They were
outside
speaking
the
out of
circle?
line. They spoke in the audience when
Elaborate.
they weren't allowed to. So I made them do PT.
Hey, that was.
Oh, I see.
Good evening, Hierarch.
Good evening. I'll be right down the middle of y'all. We are missing one.
The Archnoctos already said they weren't coming, and the Sea Rye had replaced the Rye but had to go.
I see. Yes, Roman.
I didn't speak out of line. I was in the circle.
You were saying some bullshit.
You said I could ask
And
any
also-
question to kill time.
Well, yeah, we were killing time by doing push-ups. And now we're back.
Okay. Where was he actually asking questions and then you threw him over here?
No, he wanted to draw another circle. So I let him draw the circle, then let him do some push-ups. As a treat.
Yeah, Roman.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that because I was like mad about it. I just didn't want to look
I
like
know,
a bad guy.
I know.
Okay, very well. Alright, so, what did I miss then?
We went
Not
over
much.
the general stuff about each division. We went over the boot camp and the news. Then we did a Q&A with the people, where we asked them questions, they asked us questions. We didn't really bring up any topics besides Stimoni. We covered that already. As in, like, why is he a devoured member back in the group? Which I feel like everyone here understands then, because we talked about it. That's about it.
Very well. With all of that then out of the way, thank you for seeing to it that it does. We can actually get into proper business. There are a couple of things, as I understand, that is to be brought onto the table. The hypothetical one, of course. So yes, bring them on. I have some stuff. I'm hoping the rest of you do as well.
Nope.
You do?
Bye, Kino.
A little bit.
How about you, sort of?
Very well. Let me pull up my note.
Oh, he's got notes for this. Oh, this will be good.
Okay. The philosophy of combat. Specifically melee. I could not tell you exactly what particular Kaiser came up to me to speak about this particular topic. But he was quite a dashing Kaiser, I would have to say so. And he was curious of something in particular. He was reprimanded for not necessarily using what would be traditional to the Kaiser manners and all of that. However, whenever it is that he did use this different technique, he outperformed the other Kaisers. And yet, it seemed, according to him, that it was like he was disrespecting the entirety of everything. Despite the fact that he was, of course, winning. What say you?
By he means himself. This happened at a Kaiser train.
Yes.
He is a Kaiser. Just for confusion. The reason I was so against you using that form of melee is because we I and the other arcs teach melee a certain way for a certain reason. Within any practical battle, within any real duel, within any real fight where the variables would be how they usually were, which they were not. When you won, yes, you won, but it was abnormal, the variables. In actual battle, you would get fucked if you tried doing that form of melee. You don't know, because you haven't done it yet.
I do know, because I've led individuals to combat.
Let me explain to you guys what he did at the melee training. All right. His strategy was taking a sword, sticking it out in front of him, and sitting down. Does it? That's all he did.
Mm-hmm.
You can see, and the other Kaisers did too, why someone would be pissed off with this. You disregarded all of the trainings that we've done with men, and did your own thing. And sure, you won, but you would not win in an actual fight. Is what I was trying to convey to you. But you were too caught up on me not congratulating you on your win.
I'll explain as to why in a moment. Are you done placing forth your defense on this offense?
Sure, yes.
Adaptation! Evolution!
Damn,
We,
okay.
the likes of the Fae, represent this thing. My parents aren't home, so I get to do this. Represent
Hey, I was about to say, I was like, damn. Holy
this
shit.
very concept. Abnormal I. And that is the point, is it not? That not every single duel that you have is going to be a duel. Or going to have the same benefits that your particular division may or may not have. Therefore, I executed what I understand, and I believe that a good deal of you, mayhaps, understand. I exercised the likes of adaptation. And when I did, and I changed it as opposed to going with what was set down before me as a Kaiser, I succeeded. Hence, why I was expecting to be embraced for my tact, even if it wasn't necessarily as artful as the standard likes of traditional melee. In this moment and in this instance, I intentionally did this thing, and it worked because I adapted to the situation. Is that not combat? We adapted to the thing, and we succeeded. We did what worked.
Two things. One, I called the duel abnormal. Right. Your way of combat was not abnormal. It was, frankly, lazy. Two, you forget that we are a military. If an army ranger or an army sniper does a backflip off a building and hits his target dead on, he's got to get reprimanded because that's not what the fuck they trained on doing, right? Sure, he met his goal. He did what he needed to do. That's not how they train. It creates unnecessary risk, and he disregarded all of the trainings that his mentors did. That's what you did. You did a backflip in my damn training. Look,
And I killed a guy while doing it. A guy who
Yes.
could have killed everyone else.
because you were
And
fighting
I killed him.
the same guy as you were. Do that against the Brutos in an actual proper duel. I'd like to see it.
That
I
ain't
wanna see
gonna
how
work.
That
I'd
wouldn't
like to
work.
Hmm?
That wouldn't work.
Exactly. The way
Every
you-
situation requires a different way of fighting.
the way that we teach you how to fight. If you use your way of fighting against the Brutos, you will die. If you use the way I teach you how to fight, you'll win.
And if that is the case, then fine. However, the argument that you had made then seemed to as if you were closing and cubing the likes of what would be an expansive kaleidoscopic adaptation and evolution to the situations that we find ourselves in combat. Would you crystallize me? Would you mold me into a cube?
You took your sword, held it out in front of you, and said that it was a form
And
of
I killed you. And I killed you.
That is the laziest
And I killed
thing
Cole.
I've ever seen.
And I
with a
killed you.
wizard.
Look,
Yes, you killed us.
Kaiser there, over there. Wood, did I kill you?
L, I did not say that you didn't kill us. But you are disregarding that this would never work in any other scenario besides you fighting the same exact creature as you.
You told me to kill you. We were in a tournament.
Yes, I did.
Survive
This is
and
not-
kill,
that's not the
and I
point.
succeeded.
Your adaptation or your evolution does not matter in the grand scheme of things. Against a Kaiser, if you have the same exact range as another person and you do that, sure, it'll work. 99% of the time, in actual combat, sticking out your arm and sitting down during melee is not going to work. Alright? Ask anyone here who's done melee for a long time. Ask Q. Ask GTA. Alright? Call if he was ever here. Christ. Melee is not something where you just sit down and stick your sword out. Yes, it worked for you that one time. That one time. You did it. Good job, L. You won that tournament, right? You did it. Any other scenario, you would have lost. That's what I'm trying to convey to you.
Because that particular strategy would have to be altered depending on what it is that I'm facing off of. The thing that I'm arguing is not that I disagree with your idea of that particular strategy not being able to be used unless something like a like a Brutus or a Voyagos or something. The thing that I'm saying is that the manner in which you are conveying it seems as if you are trying to crystallize it. To say, no, do not alter yourself.
Don't do your own thing. You are my Kaiser, right? If you want to train your own way, become an Arc, become a higher up and do it.
You are
follow
absolutely
my-
correct. Allow me to turn to Hierarch real quick. I will not. As Hierarch.
Cool.
I
If you
won't.
train under me,
And I would argue, hold on, no, I would argue this, because here's the thing, whenever it is that you go, I will be the one babysitting the Kaisers. I will be the one ordering all these things around. And the things that I will change, I can change, because I am the Hierarch. I can do these sorts of things. But I would like to do so in a mindset that whenever it is that the Archkaiser returns, he understands as to exactly why it is that I've done what I've done. Yes, the military does this and it does that, but they also send their
This is
kin
not
outside
about
as a punishment
the
to mop
military.
the rain.
It's about how we've been training and how you should properly be doing it. And also, you would disrespect me by changing how I have been training my division for the past 2 years while I'm gone.
If I see that if I see that it doesn't make sense, that's what I've done with Andy, and I can do it with anyone else here.
Please don't compare me to Andy, of all people. Alright?
He was an Arc. You are an Arc. I compare your ranks, not your personalities. But if I see something being unneedingly controlled in the manner that you have, because again,
We are a
I agree with
military.
you. In that manner of fighting, in that specific way that I fought, it wouldn't work against a Brutus, against an Ascari with a large spear of some kind. But it worked for the situation that we were in. Back when I was Noctos, and the Noctos still do so now, provide but a framework, an idea that you must do this. And they do, in their own ways, because it works in that moment, because it works in this area, against the enemies that they face. That's not a Noctos-specific rule, however. That's how it has always been. If it works in a particular sort of way, and you see that it does, why not use it? As opposed to doing what is sectioned off to your particular thing. Why is it lazy when I sit down and stick my sword out and kill you, and not intelligent for using the thing that works against you?
Because you're lazy. I didn't say it didn't work. I didn't say it wasn't intelligent. It's fucking lazy. You sat down and stuck your arm out. Like
Work
a damn
smarter,
football
not harder is the term I use.
player. That's just called being lazy. That's another word for being lazy. I am not discrediting you for creating a new thing, but it is lazy what you did. It's crazy that you're trying to deny that. You sat down in your chair and you pretended like sticking your arm out was doing something. You killed us. But you were sitting down. It was,
And I
it was the
killed
most
you. I
disgraceful thing I've
succeeded
ever
at the
seen in
thing.
my life.
Your disgrace is this victory that I've done. Fire away.
Come up to the circle, please.
Here we go.
When I was a Kaiser, I would do most of my training sitting down, mainly for headset reasons. But you never got on me for that.
Because you swung your weapon. I'm not exaggerating when I say he only did this. He only did this. He didn't swing. He didn't do anything. He stuck his arm out, and it was just this. You still actively dodged the swings. You still swung. You advanced towards your enemy. He stood there like this. That's why I'm calling it lazy. It's fine if you want to sit down. When it gets to that point, it's.
Oh, we have a deck bar that has one too. We got a.
Fire away, Decapar.
Come on, Tyler.
So I would just like to say, why would you let him do that? Like, why would you let him just stick out his sword and kill you? Why wouldn't you just move out of the way of the sword?
Look what
If you
happened
let yourself
when I
die
told him
to
not
the sword,
Well, no. It's not the telling him, it's punishing me for doing that in the midst of the combat, I think you're trying to say, right?
yes.
How is it that me sticking my sword out here killed you?
Another thing coming from
Go on.
this is coming from Ikachi Pacifos. They said another thing. If it was so bad and you didn't want him to do said thing, why didn't you just end training and recommend him there?
Well, now he did, and now we're debating it now.
This is the cause. I told him not to do it anymore, and he said he wouldn't. I didn't say to keep on doing this thing, but I'm pissed off at you. What? I still reprimanded him, and that's what we're doing now. We're talking about it.
Indeed. As a Kaiser, and I still intend to, provided he orders me to, I will follow his orders. But as Hayok, I have to debate this thing. In my eyes, again, the way that you are showing this out and throwing it forth, it is like it is that you are attempting to cram this into a box and to mold it before it is able to kaleidoscopically trip and sprout. Like cement being placed over a garden. This thing, it worked. It was effective. And I didn't need to put effort into it. Now, is that my fault? Or is it the likes of the other Kaisers? That this thing worked. I didn't expect it to work. And yet it did. Why? Why did it work? Why didn't you kill me? Because it was effective. Even if it was lazy. Even if it was weak and shitty. Even if it wasn't artful, it worked.
You had the exact same range as the Kaisers. You had the exact same abilities as the Kaisers at the time. If one Kaiser used their spear instead of their sword for the melee, which no one did, I was going to, but I wanted to stick with the rest of you guys because you guys are using the sword. He would have died.
Agreed.
It was only because.
But I would have to alter. Right. I would have had to alter the idea, the strategy.
Shadow has a question.
Go on.
I know nothing about what happened, but from what I've heard, I'm going to say this. You just said you were going to use your spear, but you didn't because you want to stick with other Kaisers. But in real life, if your whole entire group is dying, are you going to follow them and die with them? Or are you going to try to change? Like Hayek was saying, evolution.
Real quick.
And change.
I agree with you, but this was a controlled duel in training. We were doing a tournament style duel, right? And all the other Kaisers were using their swords, so I figured why not keep it consistent. I agree with you in saying like if this thing isn't working, change it. But it was just because it was a training. I wanted to keep consistent, you know. But I
And
agree.
also another
Okay,
question. You
well,
said
then
he
that
was
leads me
sitting.
to-
Was he sitting still? So why couldn't you just avoid his sword, or was he in like a confined space, or like why couldn't you
Hmm.
just try to dodge and get him from the back or something like that?
Have you done any melee yet within the group? I don't
That's
want
why
to
I
be an
said I know
asshole.
nothing about this. I
Okay.
don't know nothing about this. I'm just asking. This is why I'm asking. This is why I'm up here, because I want to learn.
Learn how melee works, and then you'll see why. It's all about
Because
limits.
he was doing that.
This was the form that I was using, and then I used my wrist to do this in the general area. I kept it straight most of the time, but I did do this. I did do this. I used it against Cole.
You're doing more of this than anything against me.
Oh,
You're just
okay,
spinning your
okay,
body.
okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. He was spinning around. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he
okay,
was,
well,
he did melee, he did that too.
Okay.
Yeah, he did that too with me, but he was more swinging with me when we did melee training. He
Oh, yeah,
started
because he
doing
was
it.
Brutus. That's the
Yeah,
difference.
but he was swinging with me, so I don't like. Yeah, because his arm, he did it too with the funky thing, but I managed to get him because my halberd has more range than his does.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, it does work. Yeah.
Both of you guys have really good points.
Learn how latency with the melee works first, and then you'll understand why that happened.
Yeah.
But like I know that sounds like me being an asshole, but it's really true. You won't understand until you understand.
In you agreeing with his point, I see that you still, of course, agree with what it is that I was saying before, and that is fine. Your point is, I believe, is simply was that it was a controlled thing, that you were expecting to have a Kaiser act like a Kaiser specifically because it was a training. But would adaptation still be allowed within those trainings, provided it was needed?
Your
Like, where's the
adaptation-
line?
Your adaptation wasn't needed. You would have performed just as good if you followed what I taught you. But you disregarded
Mhm.
what I taught you and did your own thing, as if you were the instructor. That's where this entire thing sparked from. If it was your division and you wanted your people to do some fencing, that's fine. But you are the soldier. I am the instructor. During a training, if I teach you a certain way, I expect you to perform that certain way, even if it's impractical. Look at the US military. During most trainings, they make you work harder instead of smarter. Drill Sergeant, why can't I just do this thing instead of doing that? Get down to some push-ups. I'm serious. Like, they do that on purpose. And it's what I do here.
Remy has a question.
For multiple reasons. I will get to your question. During a battle, during a war, if you think that adapting that way would work, go for it. It won't. But during a war, outside of my jurisdiction, go ahead. But during my training, I expect you to act a certain way. I don't care if you think a certain way is better, because I'm the instructor. You can give me suggestions, but that's about it. Does that make sense?
Military be military be military. Aye, Remy.
Hello. I don't mean anything to anybody, but I do think it could be said that maybe Alec just wanted to see what exactly you learned. Maybe you just want to see like what you would do with what he gave you, and then you kind of
Fair
just doing
enough.
your own thing. But yeah, I think you both have good
Here.
points. No,
But do
shade
not
on
worry.
anybody.
I will go on and answer that question of what it is that I've learned. Nothing. And not because you're a bad teacher, but quite literally because this way in which you wish me to fight just doesn't work for me. I suck. I tried to fight Cole. In that way, killed. I tried to fight you in that way. Killed. Soon as I altered it and became fencing, I killed you all. That's where I'm coming from.
Rebuttal.
Fire away.
I wish to bring a witness to the stand. Remy, do you mind going back to your seat real quick? Q. Can you sit in the circle real quick?
surprise witness! Whoa!
Bum bum.
It was either him or GTA. When you first started doing melee, back in the Brutos, right? You were not good. No one expected you to be good. Right? It took you a while to be good with melee. You really started to shine during the Kaisers. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes time to learn how to do melee. You can understand how
But-
it works completely, but you can still be ass. It takes practice to get good, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you also trained different back then. You were less trying to base us off directly off a military training and more like how every other arc trains. Or at least from my knowledge at the time.
My training with melee and general latency has not changed because I'm in the military.
But it sounds like it has. Because when I was doing melee, I think I might have used the same strategy. If someone's coming at you offensively, the best thing to do is defensive. I bring Az as my witness. I was fighting them
can
as
pull up a
Voyagos.
witness.
Yeah, I'm pulling up my own witness.
I'm a witness. Oh yes, this.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, he's
I know what
always
you're
like
talking about.
this.
I was fighting as a Voyagos. They were Brutus. I was coming at them aggressive.
Oh, I remember
I
this.
died every time by running into them. Was the point to dodge them? Yeah, but I also learned that the second I changed the strategy, I was able to beat them. In certain situations, you do have to change. If you're constantly being killed, you're gonna have to change your strategy if you expect them to win. If you just do the same thing, yeah, you'll get better, but there's just easier ways. You can learn the stuff along the way. Just pick up every skill. Be a jack of all trades, like the Kaisers are
Yes, ma'am.
supposed to be.
This one said otherwise. Real quick. I do teach that holding your sword out in front of you, or melee out in front of you, when someone is running at you, is a viable strategy. But if you're actively fighting, and both of you are being aggressive, then that... No.
Yeah, but from what I
But you're
from
being
what I know about the
aggressive, and as he said,
from what I know about about the situation, Call was being aggressive. Hierarch wasn't good at playing on the offensive, so he played the defensive, and he won.
Yes.
Is what I'm getting.
But in any other scenario, that would not work.
Yeah, that's why you changed up your strategy. When I was fighting Az, I was not able to kill them the one way. I tried killing them the other way. I won.
Yeah.
You gotta adapt to your current situation, whether you're fighting a Voyagos, a Passifos, a Kaiser, and a Brutus. They all have different melee.
I agree. It's not what happened here, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
It sounds like
I
exactly
killed
what
you.
happened. He just changed his strategy.
There you go. I succeeded. I did it using another way. I adapted. I shifted. And maybe it wasn't with all the effort. With all that effort, but I did it.
You seem to be missing the point. That's okay. Q, you can sit down. Thank you. Back to what you were saying. You are ass, that melee. Everyone is. GTA was ass for quite some time when he was in. You get better. You don't stick your sword out in front of you and expect to win. You just keep trying. GTA. When Ninja trained us in melee, actually, when I trained you in melee, you were horrible for a time. But you remember how you got better, and we started to duel.
Yeah.
We were the best melee fighters in the crew. It took you months to reach that. though.
Still is. Yeah.
Well, there's certainly some months.
Hmm.
You are new. You're new. You're new to fighting with your crew. As in, you are new to fighting as a soldier with your crew. It's only been, what, 4-ish months since you joined the Kaisers? And it's your first time...
Inconsistent trainings.
It's your first time fighting with proper latency in forever. No? It's gonna take a while. Holding your sword out in front of you, sure, it works sometimes. If your opponent has the exact same range as you. But it's not gonna work most of the time. That's why I'm trying to teach you how to not be ass by doing the thing I'm trying to teach you. Practice makes perfect, and you are nowhere near perfect yet. That's why I'm having you practice. And you disregarding what I'm trying to tell you to do is taking away from that practice. So you're still going to be ass if you continue to do this thing.
I understand that you are attempting to throw this point down, and it is good because I understand it and I get it. My thing is fluidity. One singular way to fight. Yes?
Yes.
No. No. I'm going to have to change myself if I need to fight a Capapiertos, a Brutos. I need to change. Your Kaisers need to change. You need to change.
Have you seen the history of my division?
I've seen the history of your division, and you train the most out of anyone when it comes to melee and to just general latency, because that's what you guys have been doing. You guys are great at that. But provided that the Brutos did the same, provided that anybody else here did the same, bore similar ranges and all that, and focused more deeply into that thing, you would have a hell of a hard time if you are going to fight in that one particular way, depending on what you are fighting, based on what he said, based on what Az displayed, based on what I have done to you. You're going to need to alter your strategy. No?
Have you not seen how feared the Kaisers have been with melee, with general latency? If everyone trained the same, if everyone was a Kaiser, yeah, we'd have a hard time. If they had similar ranges to us, they shrank down, they grew 2 more legs, sure, they'd be a tough opponent against us. But they're not. I've been training this way for years, and my Kaisers have been performing the best out of the group. We are the best fighters in the group. I want everyone else to train as much as I do when it comes to combat, but they don't. My Kaisers perform just fine. I don't need to change anything. Just because you did one thing that worked one time doesn't mean that I need to change the entire structure of my melee system. I've been doing just fine. I've been killing everyone for the past 2 years with what I've been doing. This is one situation. If you can prove that this is a viable strategy in a real battle, then sure, I will change my melee system. But what I've been doing has been working just fine.
To hell with the strategy. To hell with the sticking out the sword thing. I'm speaking about strategies in general.
Okay.
You can write with a pen, but you can also write with a pencil. You can claw writing, if you so please. It does the same thing, but it all depends, of course, on the material you're writing on. I ask for nothing more than an open mind and a sense of fluidity, of understanding that certain things, certain situations require alteration, and not the crystalline of the what would be the repetition of the standard. Because you said so yourself. You don't need to swing to do damage. Just hit him. Just poke him.
When I see that the way I teach you how to fight is bad, that it doesn't work anymore, I'll change it. If you fought how I taught you, you would have performed just fine.
I disagree.
Granted
But,
that you knew how to fight.
fair enough. I disagree, but you are correct in the sense, of course, that I have not been fighting in this particular way for a long while, and if it worked for them, it should work for me. We shall see with time. When I graduate, I suppose then I'll have to make that verdict. If I do graduate, of course. With that said, training in that particular field would probably need to be hastened, at least on my front, if I am going to be teaching on your behalf.
We have a month. Well, we have 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Any last bits for this particular topic? Going once, twice. Sold. All right, next one.
Do you have anything else?
Anyone want to throw one in? I do. I have one more.
Alright, then let's. You have to leave at 8, right?
I do.
Let's do your topic, and then maybe we save mine for another time, because it will take some
That one,
Well,
yeah. Is it the
time.
one?
That will take some time.
Well, mine is not.
Okay.
Mine doesn't necessarily sound as important as yours. Now, go ahead. We have the
Well-
entirety of this hour. Let's see what we can do. Let's just see what we can do.
What's the title of your topic? Let's lose your
It
voice.
is the new. I want to add a couple of new things to the wars, because I've noticed, of course, that I have roles that every arc plays when it comes to both in universe and what's going to be in mechanically in the wars of the future when we face off monarchy. I have you, the Archkaiser, who is the main offender, the one who's in charge of conquest. I have the Archbrutos in the case of defense. Where does everyone else lie? So I wanted to speak about what it is that I would have you all do. The Archviagos is a little easier, because they are ensuring, of course, like, the clearing of the orbits and keeping aerial supremacy among a planet, right? But other than that, not much can be said for the others. And I want to see to it that we come up with different mechanisms in the grander wars that see to it that we have different types of wars, not just the capture point, but other things as well. But say your thing first, because this could be always spoken about later, but I'm in it for here.
My topic will take significantly more time than that. We should do that first.
No, but that's the exact reason why I want to see if we can get it done now. Trust. Go on. If we get partially done, then it's fine. Let's do it.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Tails. Okay. Each.
I could.
Heads or
I
tails?
have to zoom to-
Here. Look, we got a thing right here. Watch.
I know what's about to happen, and
Heads.
it is. Well, it
Heads?
depends on which one
Okay.
is chosen.
No,
Yes.
it's not the thing we talked about.
Thank God.
Alright.
Oh, well, now I want to switch it.
Fuck you. The identity.
I'm really curious on what this thing you guys were talking about because I know for a fact I'm in that. And I'm
Are
really
you?
curious as to know
Is he?
because I know y'all been talking about me. Yeah, you guys were.
Really?
Yeah, you guys were.
What?
I was mentioned a few times. You guys told me to leave the call that one day and don't think I didn't remember. I still remember.
Oh,
That's
motherfucker,
not
he was
this.
talking about that's something completely different.
Yeah, that has nothing to. I swear on my.
Quite
sister's
literally
life,
nothing to do
has
with
nothing
that.
to do with this. As I promise.
On my big toe.
What
It's
were
a
we
saucy
talking
details.
about?
We were talking about. Well, like, yeah, we can't.
Yeah. We were talking. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It wasn't about you guys. We were not talking about you.
So why was I told to leave the call then?
Because it was a private discussion between us three.
It was just a. I cannot tell you, as, but I assure you, it has nothing to do with you. That is bad. Trust me.
Alright,
Go
I'll
on.
take your word for it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't trust it, but okay.
I don't know what to
Go
tell you
on.
to make you trust us. The identity of the militants.
Oh.
Now, we're all different creatures, right? Each phase is different. You look at one division, and all of them look vastly different, right? You look at one Kaiser, and you look at this other one, and they look like they belong to completely separate families. They bear very little similarities between them, because they're so different. Because that's how they are, right? For the most part?
Generally, I.
Here's the heading.
Oh boy.
The amount of, as I was, how do I word this? The lack of similarities between the Fae takes away from their identity as a militants. I don't wish to argue for the side of the monarchy, but just for an example, you look at the monarchy, you look at these cookie cutter soldiers, and you know they all belong to the same group. They're all wearing the same uniform. They all got fucking tied into this metal carapace. They're all the same. You look at the militants, and it looks like the ending of Changed. All these different species coming together to protect this one thing. Thought experiment. Look at those 4 avatars. Look at all the avatars sitting down right now. And tell me that they belong to the same group. And then imagine that there were 50 Kaisers that looked completely different to each other. 50 Brutos that looked completely different to each other. And try to find any similarities. And try to connect them to Ethicon. Because we are so different, it takes away from our identity as a whole. If we ever made a game or anything, any media that would represent us, it would be impossible to do so. It would be impossible to stay consistent. Unless we had, I'm not arguing for cookie cutter designs, but if we had such a lack of similarities, it would be impossible to tell that the spider with antlers is the same as the Kaiser without, I don't know, you understand the point I'm trying to make, right? We'll see.
Oh, I get what he means. Yeah, no, I get what he means. So pretty much what you're saying is like you don't want everybody to be so different. It's like impossible to discern. Okay, too different. Yeah. So like basically what he's saying here is like you can't have a Voyagos that looks like this and then a Voyagos that looks like a rock or something. Like that's not how that works. You know, no, I understand what he says. Yeah, I understand what you mean.
I'm not saying that we can't. I'm saying that if we do, it takes away from our identity. Because we are so different.
Like similar traits, pretty much. Yeah.
No!
No, like similar traits. Yeah, like so. Oh yeah. Go ahead, Mario. Go ahead.
The way how I at least had seen the militants is sort of like we're the militant, like this. If you view it like actual civilization, right? We have parts of it, whatnot. We got merchants. We have literal like military power. That's what I see the militants as. And then on the off days when we're just off ourselves, we're just in think of like a whole ass city where it's just everybody like different races and whatnot. That's how I usually see it. Where we're just all just unionized into one, but and whatnot. If that makes sense. Like a
I think I know what you're trying to communicate.
Like real life military, different races, but still defending.
Yeah, but the difference is that you can still tell that they're the same species, which is the point that would be wiped from this bit. Because you look at a person and you're like, hey, that thing probably evolved from a hominid-like organism.
Right.
As opposed to this, where one's a shrimp, one's a rabbit, one's a deer, that one's a
cricket.
Beef jerky. Go on, Q.
Talking circle. Just for the camera.
I want to hear his other point that he was arguing, because this thing has got me stressed since like all night. I have not slept since I've heard a snippet of it.
Oh, come on, man.
I want to hear what this dude has to say. That's this big that it's got me stressed out.
That I got these two stressed out. I am so damn honest.
Stressed out about what? Wait, what?
So
about this topic.
You don't need to worry about it too much. I need to get into it to explain it now.
Get into it, then. Come on.
What about this topic? I don't want to put this aside. This is important.
Well, it's okay. It's fine. We'll worry about it later. Trust.
Okay. So, last night, me and a good friend were out hanging out at different worlds. We were going to different bar instances, just trying to be social. We came across this one particular fellow advertising for this game. I'll explain more as I get to it. This game is called Somnium VR. I don't know if you've heard of it. It is...
Oh, I think I might have.
It is a PC VR, 18 plus VR chat.
Shit, yes, I've heard it.
Clone... I wouldn't say clone. It does way more than VR chat does. It is completely creator focused. I would not like to talk about Somnium VR anymore. last night I stayed up doing my research about that game, and it's bad news bears. The creator treats their community like shit. The moderators do nothing. They use NFTs and they have a whole blockchain. It is just very sketchy. So I'd like to talk about a different game. I would like to talk about
Did you say Roblox? I'm moving.
Roblox stock. I'm joking, I'm sorry. I would like to talk about what is the name? Sorry.
You said it was
Resonite VR.
Oh, I think I heard about it too.
Resonite VR is similar to Somnium VR, except it is just better. There's no NFT bullshit. But let me explain what it is. Right? It is a PC VR social platform that is centralized around creation, just as a whole. This game has its own coding system to the point where you can create an avatar within the game and have other people watching you make this avatar. You can code a world and have people give you criticism on your code while you're doing it. Someone described it as it having 1,001 things for you to customize times 1,000. There are so many intricate little things that you can create within that platform. I pulled an all-nighter just watching videos about it. It was amazing the things that people could do with it. The avatars that you could make, not limited by Udon Sharp and VR chat systems. It was great.
Build a boat.
No, don't compare to build a boat. What me and Neo were talking about last night was how we are stuck to VR chat.
You.
Me?
That was mainly you.
It was mainly me. We are stuck to VR chat. And on VR chat, it is very hard to represent. Sorry. It's raining outside and I thought someone was walking in my room. The acoustics are weird. Within VR chat, we are very limited to what we can do. We have the questies, we have all the optimization issues. We don't have lights anymore, right? We don't have a lot of features that we could have. In this game, you can do anything. When I say anything, I mean anything. It is crazy. You can have an avatar with 8 octopus arms that can actually climb on any world, right? You can make a world that you can just make anything. Like I don't know how to sell this better. VR chat is confined to Udon Sharp. It is their version of C++ or C Sharp. It is how the world creators code and make worlds, right? It's how I created some of the assets we use or are going to use. The process for that is opening the VR chat companion, opening Unity, researching how to code, learning how to code, coding this thing, uploading it to VR chat, testing it out, it being broken, uploading it again, it being broken again. In this platform, you can do everything within the game. If something breaks, you don't need to wait for it to re-upload. You don't need to do you don't need to jump through all these hoops for this thing. It is so easy to create things within the game that it's only been out for I think 1.5 years now, and there are already so many more detailed worlds in VR chat. I'm on a rant right now. I apologize. It's more of a ramble. I want to show you some videos later. I know you don't have enough time to watch them now, but I feel like within the next couple of years, we should try to move our group to this platform so we can represent ourselves more than we are now. Because we are stuck with the optimization issues that the creators of VR are trying to fix. Lights are never going to come back. Audio is never going to come back unless the Quest 2 and 3 die. They've stated this. Unless the Quest 2 is discontinued and out of service completely, and the Quest 3 gets an upgrade, they're not bringing that back for Quest. Right? So we need to limit our avatars based off of that. In this platform, since it's PCVR, we can do anything. It is a smaller community compared to VR chat, but it is a more dedicated community too. There's already so many groups out there doing PvP, doing this creation stuff, doing role plays that are extremely dedicated. Some groups have more members than we do combined within small platform. This is not something that would happen now, of course, but it's something that I feel like should happen for us to evolve. Would you like to speak or let the people talk? Q? This platform is not 18 plus, by the way. The only limitation is PCVR. The thing we were talking about yesterday is Somnium VR. Just to clarify.
Alright, the 18 plus thing I'm not worried about now. But you do realize that this would also screw over all the people in the militants who don't have the money to get a PC.
I understand.
Unless they did have a job.
I do.
Me included.
We do have some dedicated people. Like me, I've been here for a long time. I don't have the money for a PC. I'm poor as shit. But I don't want to have to leave the group because of ambition. I understand ambition is good, but I don't want to have to leave the group because I'm poor.
I understand, Q. I do. I feel for you.
And there's plenty of other people here that don't have money to get a PC. PCs are expensive. Stuff is expensive. There's a war going on. Stuff is expensive.
Believe me, I know there's a war going on. Neo brought this point out to me actually, and I agree. A lot of our group, a majority of our group, is on Quest. One of our arcs also being on Quest. We would start out from basically scratch again, but it wouldn't be the first time we did it. It would suck. It would suck. I would feel horrible for leaving the Quest people behind because we're trying to do this thing. But it's something that I feel like is necessary to evolve and grow our group better. VRChat just does not have the platform and the tools that we need to represent Eon. Represent Eon like we do. Like we want to.
Go on, Remy.
I like Manbro's point. I do have a PC, so I could attend. But one thing I do like about this group is how it is on VR. I don't know if anybody agrees with me, but I like where you're coming from about the whole adaption thing. But I will say, one thing that I like about it is how it is on VR sometimes.
Well, this
It is on VR.
platform is
Do
on
you think
VR
that we
too.
would take it away from VR?
Yeah, this is a VR
Absolutely not.
platform. It's virtual reality.
It is?
Yeah.
You said it's PC.
It's PC.
It's PC VR, yeah.
Oh, so
It's strictly PC VR, but basically fuck everybody on Quest. I do not agree with this, and it's stupid. I'm gonna be so dead ass.
Thank you for your
Yeah.
comments.
that's all I have to say.
No, I'm gonna keep going with this. I'm not done because this is like, okay, so the L wants us to be big. Okay? There's a problem with this platform that you speak of. If this is how you're sounding it, like can they manipulate the entire map?
What?
Can they manipulate maps and avatars because crashers are a thing?
That's a good point actually. Their moderation.
There are a shit ton of crashers.
Their moderation compared to VRChat is much tighter. Their security, when it comes to their particle limits and what their avatars can do, destroys the possibility of crashers. Alright. It's still a small platform, but it's projected to grow to somewhere near VRChat within the next couple of years. And the moderation team is so on point right now that there is almost like there's no problems right now on the platform. There's really nothing going on. Like VRChat. VRChat's a mess. There's always crashers. There's always these worlds. Like it's fucked. But on this platform, it's a tight knit community. Everyone enjoys what they do, and there's really no malicious behavior like there's on VRChat right now. It's a good point to bring up.
Not yet.
Not yet. But if they keep up the moderation like they're doing, and they don't fuck it up like VRChat has, this platform is going to be huge.
Oh boy. And now I see why it is that you wanted to hold it out for a second. Shadow, come here. Speak your truth.
All the requests.
The one problem I see about this is it seems almost too good. Because, one, anything that's good usually is either taken down or monopolized. So they might put paywalls behind everything in this app. They might monopolize it. They might try to gain money or profit. Because if it's as good as you say and the moderation is, people are going to be going to this thing. And it just takes one person to suggest putting a paywall, and it could be locked behind a paywall, and then you could lose group. If you do switch there, you could lose access to that, and you have to pay like hundreds of dollars just to have it and just do that. So I have to think about that.
That's a good point. I did look into what it takes to become a creator for that platform. And if you want to upload, like, I think the limit per person is... Actually, no, that's for Somnium. I'm unsure
I was gonna say that was Somnium.
of the limit for how much stuff you can upload on this platform, on Resonite. I'll look into it. But right now, there seems to not be any paywalls. The platform is free. There might be a paywall for increasing the memory limit of your world, but with what our worlds would be, that would not be a problem. But I'll look into it. I'm not disregarding your point. That's a good point.
Also, a lot of good things like Crunchyroll was a pirate site. It was free. Now it's kind of paid, so you have to take into that account. Like, because it might be free now, but it could become paid. And
Resonite has
Like
been...
most games when they get traction.
Resonite has been
depends on how they treat it.
for almost a year and a half now, like I said. And there's no plans on making it a paid game. I mean, look at other pay-to-play games, or free-to-play games on VR. I know the Rec Room is a very bad example, because they got too greedy and they died. But, I mean, look at VRChat. You know, they need the money. They're trying to push all these cosmetics and buying the avatars, but they're not making their platform, you know, you need to pay to get in. I doubt that they're going to do that with Resident. I don't see why they would. I also do. I also do. But yeah.
Well, I was gonna ask this because I kind of got a little confused myself. So, is this a game you buy on like Steam or something, then you have to connect it to your Oculus?
Yeah, it is. Is it on Steam VR yet? I don't know. I'm asking.
I didn't look at that one. Resonite wasn't.
I'm only asking.
Theoretically, the worst that you would need to get is if you are using your Quest in order to connect to the PC, you would need virtual desktop or a linked cable make it.
It's just the fact that
okay, well, if it's on Steam, yeah, there you go.
Connected to my Oculus, my graphics card sucks. That's just
Yeah,
what I was asking.
It's both VR supported and desktop accessible. So you could play if you're on desktop and you don't want to spend all that graphics power on your VR. But then again, you're VR chat group, so I'm not sure how that would work. Or VR chat, virtual reality group. Sorry.
VR group.
Yeah. Cube?
Go on, Cube.
Just one more thing. You say, oh, it'll suck, but we can come back. But then there's always the what if. What if we don't come back? What if we end up like the Spectres, where they are? I'm pretty sure
they're still alive.
For a structure. Yeah,
Somehow.
but they're struggling. If you do this and we were to lose that many people who were limited to Quest, there's always the but if or the what if. What if you cannot come back? So I know not all the PC people are going to be at recruitment most of the times. Like, not all the Sovereign tend to be at recruitment most of the times because of things like work, their personal lives. You're going to basic training. So if that were to happen, you'd only have like a select few people without large amounts of people to bring people to like a recruiting world, then you're just not going to get anybody. And the people you do get, well, it'll be severely under management. So like you'd probably have like such little numbers that you'll just struggle to function. Because I doubt everyone here has a PC. I'm pretty sure at least maybe like 50% of militants doesn't have a PC.
No, it's more like 80% that are on Quest. But I'm not denying that most of our group would die.
Yeah, so you're leaving yourself with like a select few people, and maybe those people aren't good at recruiting. I know I'm not good at recruiting. But like, there's always the what if you don't come back? What if it's impossible to come back? What if you struggle so much that you just cannot?
We have come back from worse. Of course, it's always been within VR chat, but within the lifespan of this group, there's been very low lows and then pretty high highs. Hell, we transitioned from this very popular group called the Death Corps of Krieg into this very, very niche community that no one knows about. But we've still built a community, no? We started from zero and built to where we are now. It would be like the same thing with this platform. Of course, there's always
But
a
how many
what
times
if.
can you restart before people just stop coming? Because yeah, you can restart, but eventually you're not going to be able to restart to a point where like we're going to even get as big as we are now. And
You never
also,
know.
just one more thing.
Mhm.
This kind of just feels like a huge fuck you to anyone who can't get a PC or PC VR, because like, what if they want to stay in the group but they just can't because you guys moved to a different platform?
I understand that. I don't feel good about leaving the questies behind. But if we want this group to be truly represented in the way we want to represent it, we should go to somewhere where we can. Because VRChat is not that platform.
And what if that platform doesn't really work? What if you try it out and it's like trying a different recruiting strategy. What if we try a different recruiting strategy and it doesn't work? Do we keep it or do we just
I have an answer for that. In the theoretical that we decided to do this thing before it is that we decided to make the shift, we would have to do an extensive amount of research, not simply on Google, but we would have to actively scout it out, probably over a collective amount of months. We'd have to gauge how it is that they do politics. We would have to gauge about how it is that they do the recruiting. We need to see what the most successful of them have become, how it is that that works, and some other things like how is it that they even do the PvP? How is it that they get people on? Do they have other games that they work on, and is that a necessity in order to gain popularity? If we go in there, and it's been like this for a long while, seeing as what we are, right? The entirety of whether we like it or not, our ecosystem is shared by tons of different PvP groups, with all of their own separate, ideals and manners of fighting, but we all fight over the same resource in this jungle. People. People are our food. If we go out there and we go into this different continent, we are an invasive species, whether we like it or not, and whether or not we succeed will be depending on how well we are able to adapt to the things around us. We would have to scout it out a great deal, is the point that I'm attempting to make. Remy wishes to speak.
I'm very sorry. I know I've been up here a lot. I just have one last
It's
thing.
okay. Please don't apologize for asking questions or speaking.
Yeah, but I just feel like I'm taken away from other people. That's really but what I was gonna say is that what if like is this gonna be like a group decision or just gonna be like you guys or like
it would be mine.
Okay,
I'll explain in a moment. My ambition. That's when it comes down to. Ambition. I joined this group not because I gave a fuck about it. I joined it because I wanted to make a man proud. And then that man went. And then I found a new purpose because I wanted to build something new. Something that no one else on VRChat had the balls to make. We are large, but we are not that large. And the people that take us on, the people who take us seriously, the collective of you, are Quest users. some of the most hard-working individuals are Quest. I have been a Quest user for the longest of times. However, ambition. In my strive for ambition, my newfound ambition that I had gotten after I had rebelled against Reaper, I had to do many things to wipe clean slates, to improve us, to improve me, to improve the idea that I'm attempting to push forth. This suggestion is incredibly fantastical. I now need to debate whether or not, depending on the information that we then gather for the future, whether or not I would want to make that alteration. Whether or not I feel like we're ready to do that. Because the thing is then is also, I feel like a good thing that would be able to boost us would be our popularity. If we are popular enough, then maybe then people would be able to follow. More people would be able to follow. But seeing as what we are currently, but then we could never grow in popularity unless we take steps forward, because if we're ever just this, then we're not going to move. Movement. To build again a flood.
I'm gonna keep it a $1.50 with you. I'm looking at the game charts for both of these. Resonite only has 248 players on right now. 248. This game has been out since 2023. If this game is as good as everyone says it is, it should have a higher player base. Why the hell does it only have 248 players right now?
Because
It's
VR
only
chat,
been around
you
for
know,
a year.
dominates the market.
That's true.
So if we make this decision, we're abandoning every single person on Quest who has spent their time, effort, even money to stay here. We abandon them to go to this new thing that might not even work. And then we're gonna come back and go, oh, I'm sorry guys, we're back. No, that could be damaging. It could be damaging for some, because looking at most of these people, Q's been here for 2 years. We got Wood over there, we got Haas over here.
The argument that I would place onto you is that I would say the exact same thing about the Kriegsmen. So many people joined this group way back when because we were Kriegsmen. They came in here for the Kriegsmen. They wanted to be a Kriegsman. I said no. No more. And many people left. But then we built something. I am not disregarding your point, because I agree with you. I hate that idea. And I would never forgive myself if then, after the fact, for all of what has occurred thus far, that we then transfer. But if it is what we must do to grow, and what it is that we have what it is that we discover is something so goddamn fantastical that I cannot say no, then I have to say yes.
If it's too good to be true, it's probably false.
That's what we said about the militants, and now we have something larger than the Kriegsmen could ever want.
Exactly. So why would we go to a different platform that has way less players? 248 are online right now.
Why would we transfer? Why would we transfer from a group who is well known and established like the Kriegsmen into something so small and niche and inexistent? Why would we do that? That's taking food out of our own mouths to turn from Kriegsmen to the Fae.
That's a choice that you made. Why did you do it?
Exactly.
And why do you want to do it again?
No, that's the choice I made. And look what we've built over all that time since that transition. I am not disregarding your point. I agree with you. But I'm saying that this could be, if it is the next step, the next great thing that I must do, the next alteration in order for the sake of prosperity, it will not start off pretty. When I altered from the Kriegsman, it was not pretty. But if I could do this, and if I see that there is potential, then I may very well do so. But again, I agree with your point as well. That would suck. I don't
We
want
would
to
lose
do that.
numbers, and it's
I
gonna be the
know.
biggest fuck you in the history that I've ever goddamn seen, and I'm not gonna stand here and abandon everybody that I've grown to care about for this one minuscule little game that might fail at the end of the day. I don't agree with this at all. Biggest fuck you to every single person here who worked their asses off to get here.
I'd like to clarify something. This is not something happening today. This is something happening like a year or two in the future. This is not happening anytime soon. Alright? At the very least,
And I
it's
will
not
still
happening until
disagree with
November
it.
basic. But even then, it's gonna be months until we figure out if this is gonna work or not. This is not something that is
And I will still disagree with you. I will disagree with this even after we transfer over. If it will even be rolled out, I will not like it. And I might even stay here.
I'm on the same page of Az. Because you might not even see me for like 3 years if I, or whatnot, just to get a good enough computer. If it's like, how good is the graphic quality in that game?
Depends. I mean, I'd say the same as VR chat when it comes to requirements.
I have to crawl my way back up.
Go ahead then.
There are so many stuff that could happen here, and it's all what ifs. I don't really like going off of what ifs. I like to guarantee it. Like Alex said, this wouldn't be a now thing. I want to say, if we were to actually move platforms, we have to watch it for 2 years. We have to watch it for 3 or more, because we have to make sure.
The game has been out 3 years. Yeah, the game has been out 3 years already. And look how dead it is.
Because
You mean to tell me you did proper research on this?
Dominate the market.
No, but you guys said you did proper research on this? You didn't look at the player base? We're cooked. We'd be cooked.
He mentioned that in his, yeah, he mentioned it.
But the tools that they
Maybe
have,
cooked.
the potential that platform has compared to this godforsaken smegma pool of a platform is
Let me put it to you this way. Look. The thing is that if this thing proves to be what it is that he is arguing it for, right? If we enter in sooner, it is like an investment. Because then at that point, we won't have to worry about as much competition. Now, imagine a crew decides to manifest now. There are so many different groups out there. Star Wars, Warhammer, Halo, Helldivers, Automatons. All of these different groups all exist and they're feeding. They're so damn hungry on the people. But these individuals are not as competitive because there is not that many groups that can be there because, of course, of the limits of the people. Again, I'm not disregarding your point, because I agree with you. It would be a pain in the ass, it would suck, and I wouldn't be able to forgive myself, considering that I would have to be cutting off the tumor part of myself that was the quest. I was a baby too. I was poor, and it was only till recently that I decided that I wanted to do this thing. Only now that I'm older am I able to make my own money and to budget, am I able to afford these sorts of things, and I wouldn't want to rob that opportunity from Q, from Shadow, from Remy, from Wood, from... What's your name? Timely, from Haas, and from Kino. But it is an option, and I would like to understand it before it is that we consider. And I don't think that we would be going so far as to scout it out for multiple years, but we would scout it out as much as we can to see how much information we could indeed get while it is that we are here. But the goal, if we are going to move forward with this and research this topic to decide, perhaps on a later date in a different time, whenever it is he comes back and all that, if we want to move, it should be done swiftly, because if like investments, the sooner the better. While it is that it's down, it only goes up from there. Is the idea? Yeah, come here, Remy, and then Ainangra, you can, and then time.
To the point that it has a very low population, and heard some responses that yes, the game might be kind of pushed back because of bigger games. I have seen before lots of small games or random games that do have, it's kind of a copy of another game, kind of like how that game might be a copy of VRChat, but I've seen smaller games still come to the rise. I mean, I don't really think that it's exactly an excuse that it has, that it's blocked by other big games. That's just what I wanted to say.
Fair enough. Go on. Another.
Okay. I want to be reminded before I actually say this. You said we decide, correct? Is that what you said?
Okay, well, specifically I, but I would want to, of course, I'm hearing all of your advices, is the idea.
He has
Yes.
final say. We
There-
are his advisors.
Aye.
At the end of the day, Alec, doesn't matter if we're his advisors, he could say fuck us and do it anyways.
Yeah.
No offense.
No, not
But,
taking it right.
Hierarch, there is so many chances here that this could fail. Now, I don't necessarily disagree with you. It's probably could be a big step. But the problem with this is such, like, you made a leap of faith that changed the group. Did you have more, did it look more successful than this? If that makes sense?
No, absolutely not. It looked worse.
This is such a leap of faith that you might, no offense to you, Hierarch, and no offense to everyone here, you will, from what I'm hearing from Mario and Az alone and Ikachi Passifos, you will most likely lose half of the table, if not all. From what I'm hearing, you might have you, Alec, and me. That's about all you're gonna have. I don't think Neo's could be Neo could join and Lev could join. That's about all. I don't think the PC people would join us, honestly, because I think it's such a big change. Like, don't get me wrong, change is good, but it's such a big change to us entirely that switching up to a different platform would just ruin us. And then you would have to build your group back over again. And there's just, I don't like this personally because there's so many what ifs. There's too many to count. Now, again, at the end of the day, I will stick by you no matter what. But I feel like this is one of those things where we shouldn't take the chance.
El, can I ask a question real quick? El?
I think he crashed.
No, I'm here. I was muted. Ask away. Yes.
When you shifted from the Krieg to the militants, how much help did you have?
When I shifted, it was not instantaneous. It's not like we shifted from where we were trench fleas now to what we are now. It started off with the concept, and things altered from the Krieg of Vertigo to the militants of Etherfa, and then when that happened, it became more niche and more niche and more niche, and people flooded out as time had gone on. Already up to that point. And it wasn't, and it was also not just because of this alteration in genre, or remember specifically the alteration in identity. It was the transfer and the alteration of what we would call politics. That was back in the day. We were democratic, and then I needed to alter it if I wanted to do something big. And here we are doing that thing that is big. I did not have as much help as I do now. If the point you are attempting to make is to show that even then there was no true standing or function or system that had been manifested, yeah, then you would be correct. Things were very primitive, bare bones, and hardly specific. We were and still are, to a certain extent, a fetus.
The
That was my point.
the other problem with this is those, no offense to you, Alec, but it seems like these are two very different completely things. Krieg to the Fae, yes, a big step, but you were still staying on the same platform. But platform to platform seems very different to me. I might be wrong, but it seems very different
You're right.
than just.
You're right to an extent. I've done my research when it comes to transferring your avatars and worlds from VRChat to this platform, and it is surprisingly easy, actually. And there's a whole community of people who help out newcomers to this platform to learn the ropes. And there's a bunch of information online about how the platform works. It's compared to how the VRChat SDK works and Unity in general. This platform is so much easier. Sorry, the difference the difference between us coming from the Krieg into this is we did not have this when we transitioned. But going to this platform, we have all of our, well, when we transition to this platform, we should have all of our avatars and all of our maps done. And all it would be is just transferring this thing to that, which is a very smooth process. I agree that it is a more jarring change because you're changing platforms, but when it comes to the content that we have, it is surprisingly smooth. We aren't starting from scratch this time. We already have the militants, we already have our avatars, it's just the platform that is changing, which is still a big change. Yeah.
Step forth, Remy. I mean, you're not Remy, you're Timely. Yes, come. You wanted to speak.
I think
remember.
you also had a question.
Is that right?
Make a line.
Okay. Yeah, make a line.
Oh my.
Okay, good.
Ooh, here we go.
Oh, yes!
Two things.
Come, Timely, speak.
Two things. So, it's touching base on the world, on how many players it has. Sure, it has a small amount of players. That'll grow, yes. Then that just raises the problem with moderation. A smaller group of people is easier to moderate than a large group of people. So as the group grows, their funding will have to rise in a large amount for them to keep up the amount of moderation they have right now, or they'll have the same amount of moderation as VRChat or as Rec Room or as all that. I've seen this before. And one other thing. Why transfer? Why not just expand?
I know what he's saying. Why not have two departments? Have the group split up between the two platforms?
Neo brought this up, actually.
I did. This is true. This is something I suggested when we were discussing what could possibly be brought up during this Lord meeting.
And this is one of those things. For
Yep.
your first point, I agree. They could fall into the same trap that Rec Room and VRChat fell into if their platform grows to such a rate. But that's why we're going to be watching it. We're not immediately going to transfer over. We're going to observe this platform. We're going to learn how it works, how the people behave, and then we'll see how it goes. This isn't like a decision that's been made yet. I'm bringing this up as a hypothetical, as something we could do. Don't take this as a guarantee, okay? This platform could fall to shit in the next year, and then all of you could disregard this point. Alright. I agree that this could happen. And it's a leap of faith. You know, as with most things. With
Lots of danger.
Shut up. With the expansion, it becomes complicated. One
It's
man.
almost 8 hierarch.
It is.
I know. Thank you.
One man trying to run the same group on 2 platforms becomes a hell of a job. And I feel like it would be too much to try to do. Of course, maybe we can experiment and like make a fake whatever. Disregard that point. It becomes too much for one person to bear if
could
you
test
do
it
these
out.
2 things. We could test it out by making a like fake military group, but I feel like that's too much. It's just if we had enough leaders to where we could do that, we could, but expanding to both platforms at once and trying to run the same group on 2 vastly different platforms is going to take a lot of effort.
Quick question before anyone talks. Do you want to put in a pin in this hire? Because weren't you leaving
Yeah.
at 8?
I can stay for an extra. I can stay here for an extra 30 minutes just to wow, everybody's here to go through the line, and then I'll throw in my final opinion on this, and then you can proceed with other various ideas that you may have. Yes, come forth, Arrakis.
My thoughts on it is, if you do make the transfer, it stays popular for, let's say, a couple months, then it goes back down. Because VR chat, it always has a stable supply of players. It goes up, it goes down. But this new platform, it is slow. VR chat, it's more Quest users are usually the people you have in your groups, yes?
Yes.
Aye.
So, you will lose the majority of your people. You'll lose that source of people coming in, and you'll just be reduced to PC VRs, what are less interested into groups. What I've noticed, I've asked around.
Fine point.
So yes.
I have a rebuttal for you. Some Warhammer groups are PC only because they hate optimizing their avatars for Quest, right? I can't name any because fuck, they're all the same. But you could definitely find PC VR only VR chat groups on here. It's more rare than like what we do, but it's still a thing people do, and they're quite popular for what they do. Actually.
To add on to his point, back in my day, during the prehistoric ages, during our time of the Warhammer days as Kriegsman, I remember attending quite a few meetings where the topic of conversation was, what are the PC people going to think about us, in reference to the PC and Quest communities that we were in. But your point is kept in mind, of course, that PC people do, especially in reference to this crew, as we've seen, just basically they don't tend to, for lack of a better term, and just for the sake of theatrics and aggression, give a fuck about the militants as much as those of the Quest. Which is, of course, yes. That's a fair enough point.
It's just, how I see it is, if you do make the transfer, yes, you'll get members, but I don't believe you will retain anyone. Move to that platform. So you may get like brilliant people, but I believe they will just leave over time. You wouldn't. With this platform, people could just turn on a headset, then boom, they're able to join, debate with you. But some people do not like. I have a PC myself. I could get on to that, but I do not have the. It's some people don't want to put that much effort into putting the headset on. I don't know the thing. I barely use PC VR myself, but it's just
plug the thing into computer, plug thing in the cord, plug cord into headset.
You don't like the extra steps you need to take to get onto PC VR.
And I believe a lot of people who's been on, who has the chance. Who the hell's that? Sorry. So I just saw a Star Wars character that threw me off for a second, but back to my point. It's just a lot of people will not put in that much effort all the time. Yes, some people go onto that platform, join your group, but the retention is going to be very much a slippery slope. Yes.
I used to be quest only. Same with him.
I
I'm
was gonna say most
playing
of
on a
us
quest 3 right now. In I could not think of another way to put this. Once you go black, you can never go back.
White chicks.
I could very easily go on VR chat on my quest, but I would rather take the extra 2.5 minutes it takes to get onto PC VR. Sure, there's some people. Go ahead.
With my experiences with PCVR, yes, it's quite a good quality increase, but after a while it wears off for me. It loses its qualities to me, because I could still do a lot of what you guys could do on PCVR. To me, it's not that much of an improvement.
Do you know the limits of the quest avatars compared to PCVR?
I do.
You do? So you know that I'm going to list things only PC VR avatars have. They have avatar sounds, they have lights, they have high quality textures, they have a higher polygon limit, they have more meshes that can be active on the thing at once. There's proper seats. Certain assets like cloning are there, because you can't do that on Quest. You can have mini-maps, because you can have cameras on PC avatars that fly overhead. You can have a fucking eagle land on your arm, then fly around and give you intel on where the enemies are. On PC, compared to Quest, for VR chat, the possibilities are exponentially high. But because of Quest, and because we are a hybrid group, I need to dumb down my avatars so it works for Questies. That's not on you, that's on VR chat, but that's besides the point. Us transferring to this thing, with this new toolbox, with this new playground of things for PC VR, the Quest avatars will look like caveman doodles in comparison.
That is a fair point.
Was that a cry or a laugh? I'm sorry.
It was a laugh.
Okay. Right. Is there any other point you want to make, Alex?
No, I need to get better at this debate thing.
Right, very well.
You're doing great.
Far away, Q.
So, as said, it's only like 240 something players. You say it's a tight knit community. Is a tight knit community going to allow us? And before you answer that, another thing: are you really willing to sacrifice like 80% of some amazing ass people? I've seen great shit. You really rather sacrifice all of these people, like most of the Miltons, so you can have sounds, meshes, and lights on your avatar?
To argue on this point, matter of fact, we've done similar. Like I said, we traded. Look, we've traded. Oh goodness, am I eating it? Oh goodness. Okay, there we go. All right, we've traded. How do you say? A collection of good people, a connection to multiple communities, multiple allies, multiple paths, people recognizing what we are and our reputations to be what we are currently, standing on the stage, speaking to you and the plenty of people behind you standing on that circle. That is the point I am making in rebuttal.
I also like to say, don't dumb down my argument to lights and sounds. You have not seen what this
But that's
platform
what it sounds
offers.
like. You're really making it sound like the benefit of this being would just be better avatars. In all
We get to
honesty.
represent
better avatars
our
and better
group
worlds.
like how
That's
we want
all
to
this
represent.
sounds like to me.
We are bound to VR chat with how we can represent Eon.
Yeah, but we'd be representing to 248 people.
As
That's
I
the
said
point.
before, we are going to be watching this app. If it stays this small over the course of the next year, and we don't see any growth whatsoever, then sure, maybe we abandon this avenue. This is not something that's happening today. All right, this is something we're gonna watch. We're not going into this with the 250 people right now. We're gonna wait. We're gonna observe. We're gonna learn how this app works, like I've said.
But it's been
Right?
around for 3 years.
Okay.
2023, 240
It's been
people.
around for 3 years, exactly.
Okay, but also look at other games that are now hits and think of how long it took for them to get to the point where they're at. Like, I could name a few. I'm not gonna because they're dumb in my regard.
Exactly, they're dumb.
But no, I was gonna say non-VR games, but like there's like just gonna say this: there are non-VR games that don't get popular for years after they're published. They take a while to gain popularity.
And it's going to take a while for us to gain popularity. But what do you
This
think
group-
is going to gain popularity faster? That platform or us as a constantly expanding group?
Well, now here's the question. Do we want to gain popularity within this place while it is that we bear these limitations, or do we want to gain popularity where it is that we don't and we're able to fully represent what we are? I'm not disregarding your point. I agree with you. If we throw out all of these quest people, I'm gonna feel like shit. I wouldn't forgive myself if I did this thing. However, we speak of ambitions now, and this is merely a point that is being created for this. I want to emphasize this because I'm arguing for this, but I also am arguing for the other side as well. I am in the center here, so I understand both sides, and that is, I am neutral at the moment.
Trying your best, Vid.
At the moment, it only really seems like Alec and Neo are on board with this. From what I've heard from other
I'm
people,
on neither
no-
side. You can tell
Alright.
this to Alec. I was
Only-
fighting him all
then
last
only-
night and
then
this
really
morning.
It's just Alec versus the militants, because from what it sounds like, no one else really likes this idea.
It's a harsh idea.
Not
It's hard to get behind. It is, but it's
Yeah,
ambitious.
but it's alright. It's one person. He's influencing something that would upset the entire militants. What if?
They're
I know
just
GTA
bringing
said
it
he doesn't
forward.
like
It's
what
not something that may
So-
be implemented.
know, but let
You're
me
saying
make my
just because I
point.
bring up something
No,
that
wait,
upsets
wait,
people,
hey,
we should
hold on.
disregard it?
Hey,
Let him make. Don't you go on and tell him what to do, okay? Listen, I will do that part. Okay?
Alright.
Proceed.
If you were to do something, because it also seems like not all the arcs are on board with this. Let's just say you and Hayek decide to fuck off this new platform, but the other arcs want to stay because they like this community and they want to continue it. You guys would have your militants number 2 while we have the original militants. Like, what if that were to happen?
He's saying
what
that-
if you guys fuck off and no one else agrees, so we just have our own militants?
Right, so we would. And that's kind of what already happened with the Creek, and well, you guys don't know. There's a guy. I'm not sure he's alive anymore. And I mean alive as in active, not alive as in without life. I cannot for the life of me remember his name. I think his name was Alex. With a X, not a KS. Yes, he was a former Arquiertos, if I remember correctly, and when we made this transition from what it is that we were then to what we are now, he took a majority of the individuals and turned them into, of course, their Kriegsmen. They were the individuals that we left behind. They existed, and they transferred from that into Custodes. From Custodes, I cannot even tell you if they even exist now. Your point bears merit. It has happened before, however, and that may very well even add to your point that it has happened before. So, if it happens, it happens, because it will happen. Of course, I will have to, ensure that all of the Fey things are of legal works. Yes, if you decide to take on the whole militant thing, you'll have to be militant without being militant. And that's fine, because then you could transfer into something completely different if you so please. But if it happens, it happens. Again, I agree with your point. I don't want to disregard your point. If we leave all of the quest people, then I would feel like shit. You would feel like shit. That would... You understand the point, yes. Yeah. Have you any other
One
rebuttals?
more point, but
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna make one more point, but I
No.
think I forgot exactly how it went. I'll finish.
Fair enough. Go on, Shadow.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like this idea at all. But if we are going to do this, we should split into two different groups because we need to stay together with the quest because also that. But if you want to go explore, we need to grow. We don't need to toss out everyone else. We need to grow as a community and split, even if it takes a lot of work, even if it's too much. We need to take that chance and experiment because otherwise we're going to do this, try to switch platforms, try to do this because we want to grow. But why don't we try to grow as a community and grow and split into groups, have certain people, even if it's a lot of work? Why don't we just put that effort down and try instead of just trying to switch completely?
That's a fair enough point.
Yeah.
I believe that point would have to have a great deal of more time to simmer.
What?
Because that is a fantastic point.
Yeah.
Whoever made that point originally, I think it was timely, wasn't it? I was thinking about that this entire time while we were having this conversation. I will have to think about it deeply. And the reason is being is because of the fact that we would need to worry of said effort. Because the thing is that we are worrying about the expansion here. And again, I am not the sole leader, but the main one. I would have to worry about two separate platforms at the same time. That would therefore incite me to need a Sea Arc, and I need to then consider who would be the Sea Arc. And if that is something, how would I be able to manage said Sea Arc if I wanted to do this thing? You know? There's a lot of things to consider, but that's not a bad idea at all. I want to continue to simmer on this, so I shall keep this point in my chest and I shall ponder it for the next foreseeable couple of weeks.
One more thing that I have on that is we are a group and community. If we're not willing to put forward that effort and actually try to do that and try to grow, then what's the point of being a community if we're not willing to put that effort down? Because I hear you. You want to let that simmer and stuff, but also if you think that's a lot of effort, then what's the point of trying to grow? Because it's always going to be more effort you need to grow.
It would be the same. It would be the same reason that you would destroy a portion of the house in order to rebuild it and make it bigger. It's what I would call renovation, at least in my mind. You are right, we are community, and I'm not ungrateful of that community. That community is the same reason as to why it is I'm currently in this position. I was in a low place. They aided me in that long time ago. I am grateful for the people that are here, and I'm grateful for the time that they have invested and the money that they've thrown into this. I do not want to feed the rhetoric that we are ungrateful. With that same idea in mind, however, we speak of something grander, larger, something perhaps that can be proven to be a better house than the one that we're living in now. Because he's right. You are a Noctil, Shadow. One of your biggest things is that you were able to see in the dark. The Basifos can heal people. The Brutos, they are tanky. They have that status effect. The Kaisers can regenerate. The Voyagos can fly. Do I even need to mention the Birtos? You are a Noctis, and your biggest flex is that you can change textures. I hate that. They took that from us. I was Arch Noctis before I was ever High Arch or Lord General. I dreamed of having that idea, of being able to see things no one else can. And they took that from us. Again, I don't want to disregard your point, because it would be a piece of shit if we decided to leave the quest all the behind. I wouldn't forgive myself. I understand your point. But we speak of ambitions. And the sacrifices that I have made in the past for the sake of this ambition for you, Shadow, to be speaking before me at this time and very moment, this is the result of that sacrifice I made. Because that sacrifice was not tiny. Took a while for us to make sense of ourselves. For the longest, think about it. We never had these avatars. We still used Krieg avatars, or we used things that we found outside of our purview. Just random outside public avatars to represent what we were. That sacrifice. To try to take yourself seriously while it is that your Kaisers are a bunch of tree people, and your Brutos are nothing more than dragon hunter, what are they called? Monster hunter avatars?
Yeah.
Yes. Your Alzara Ra, the one who's chief among them, it wore a battle suit that was straight from Monster Hunter. I do not disregard your point. I simply add on to it and remind this is ambition. Because I agree with you. But I must argue this point. Balance.
I understand the whole point about ambition, but you also have to take in account, is this just actual, like, because I understand you're going to do research in it, but this seems a little careless. I know I don't have right to speak about your group. I barely know it. But I'm going to say this based on what I've seen. Well, if you're going to think about switching to platforms, that also kind of diminishes the platform you're already on. And in my opinion, the way that I think, it just makes me not want to really commit, but I'm going to. It just makes it seem like there's less point to committing if in the future they're going to switch off and they're going to abandon the platform, they're going to do that. It just doesn't feel right. And it also feels like, because I'm Quest, I don't have a PC. I'm broke. I'm not going to be able to afford a PC. So why would I commit to this group if they're planning on switching and leaving the people that are committing? It doesn't feel right. It feels like you're abandoning everything that you built. You build something so it could stand, not so you could tear it down and just abandon it.
Like I said, I understand your point. Provided that we wish we build things, yes, so that way they can stand. But if we can make it so that way it stands better, stands more beautiful, something that we can be proud of, then we must. You need to tear down a good portion of the house before it is that you're able to make it bigger. We build things that they can stand eye. But if we need to tear things down in order to make it bigger than it was before, then that is an option that's there. Again, I don't want to disregard your point. It would be a pain in the ass if we left all the Quest people. I wouldn't forgive myself if I did, but we speak of ambition. I only argue this point in particular because you guys are making such damn good points. Let me be clear that I am a neutral party as it comes, and I seek balance and all. So I see more attack coming toward this. I have to defend that. But go ahead. Is there any further rebuttals that you bear, Shadow?
One last thing. If we are thinking of switching to a platform, like Alex said he did research, and you guys said 3 years and stuff, but what if there's nothing better than VR chat, and doing this lowers the morale of the group and just even talking about stuff like that? Like, why wouldn't we first discuss it, then actually say, like, actually research it as a group and try to figure out a common thing? Like, we could try to find platforms that are better and Quest compatible. Because I feel like we should try to do that first before we dedicate on that platform. Why don't we try to see if there's one, even if it is smaller, even if it's just new, we could try to find one so our group as a community could do it and try to build something there. And
because
like branch out.
There really aren't any platforms like that. And if there are, they're gonna have the same limitations as we do on Quest, or on VR chat.
you are right to suggest this because I feel your passion. The thing is, however, is of course that they would have the same problems. The whole reason that you do not bear your night vision is because of your quest, and that is it. And that is not me shitting on you because you're quest. I'm not shitting on you because you're poor. I wish you great. What's the word? I wish you great love and power and passion and happiness in your life, regardless of how much money you have in your pocket. It's not my fault, and it isn't yours either. It's our platform. You guys feel this thing, but only now, and only in this moment. You would have never heard of this group if we were not VR chat. The argument that I make here, again, I think it's a shitty argument that I make here, because again, I agree with you, but I have to defend for the sake of it. You represent but a fraction of the entirety of the history of the militants. I represent but a fraction, a larger fraction, but a fraction of what this crew once was. I didn't start this group. I didn't build the members from scratch. I usurped my king, and I took his spot, and I altered his name, and I changed it. There are no kings anymore. There are no trench fleas anymore. We are this. But that, in and of itself, is just a portion of the history that we have here. Do you see anyone here who existed during the times of which I speak? Back during those times when we were fighting the Space Wolves? Or perhaps that secondary chapter, I forget the name of, who was descended from the Ultramarines? Does anyone remember of the rebellion of Vengeful against Reaper, which saw to it the collapsing of an entire Imperium because Reaper then left it not too long after? No. You represent this bit of history only now and only in this moment. The generations that would prosper after this age, if we decided to do this, they would move on, and they would not feel they would not feel grief, and they would not feel pain because of us shifting, because they had never experienced us in that point. Thank you.
One last thing. Even if this group does switch, I'm going to continue fighting for everyone in this group, even if I have to build a new one based off this. Because this is a community I like, and even if I have to do it myself, I will.
I like that so damn much.
Hey everybody. I have two. Actually, I forgot one of them, so I might remember it while I'm speaking. But I have one thing I want to say. Not say. I kind of just want to understand. From my point of view, I think from what I've seen, the little time I've been here, you guys have a good thing going. I really just want to know, what more do you want? Because in my eyes right now, it seems a little greedy. No like shade or anything. But I just want to see what do you want from this new platform, with the huge risk that it comes with.
I can argue here. You mentioned greed, and that is a fair enough that's a fair enough stance to make because of this point, because of where it is that you stand currently. But you don't remember, you haven't experienced where it is that we were before. Back in my day, we never had any PvP worlds. Pull out your gun for me. Don't shoot it, just pull it out. Aim towards that wall. That's it. That's all we had. As a matter of fact, you toggled that gun on. Back in the day, we did this. And then when we pulled the trigger, nothing happened. Sometimes, and that was big back in the day, if you pulled the trigger and something came out, whoa! Forgive my theatrics, but that's all we had. I was brought into this group long ago, and I was promised war. Have you, Remy, attended the War of Croa?
I don't believe that was in my time.
Fair enough. The War of Croa, no, that wasn't your time. You came not too long after. It was probably within the month after it had ended. Look on TikTok. Look at that. Look at the beauty that war was. There was nothing like that back in the day.
This, then why would we, like, I get that.
I'm getting there.
We could
I'm gonna
admit-
get there. I'm gonna get there. Trust me. Back in that day, back during those times, I envisioned having wars that are bigger than that of which had occurred within War on Croa. It is beautiful, yes, but it is the fingernail of the claws that I'm attempting to manifest. Something much larger than anyone on VR chat, as far as I've seen, has had the balls to manifest, as far as I'm aware. With that said, I intend for whenever it is that we go to war that it feels like a war. That it is frustrating and terrifying and egregious and slow and grueling. A war where you kill someone and it matters. That when you kill someone high, it affects them proper. Not these 10-minute skirmishes that have happened up to the point where it is that we started doing this particular type of warfare within the rest of the Warhammer community and Star Wars community for that expanse. I want artillery. I want orbital bombardments. I want, at the same time as there is a battle on the terrain, for there to be a battle in the heavens. Not one that is simply created from the world and its prettiness. It's something that happens because it is a necessity. When you look up and you see the interceptors clashing with each other in the heavens, you know it's not there just because it's a nice cinematic show, but that means something. Everything around you means something. And if everything is meant to mean something, if we are meant to represent what it is that we want to represent, where it is that we have the beasts that are able to see in the dark, the enemies that are over here that can regenerate, the horrid mechanical beasts that we now need to face, the knights, then we need to expand. Now, I don't want to disregard anyone else's points because I agree with them. I'm simply defending this one point because I see that it's being attacked. It would be a pain in the ass if we had left every quest user behind. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I did, but we speak of ambition. Not greed. If it were greed, I would have stayed as a Kriegsman. Because we had so many people back then. But I appreciate you pointing this out.
But from my understanding, you basically are just going to a bigger goal. I don't see it as greed. I see it as you just fulfilling what you wanted it from the original, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for your question. That was a very good one.
When I logged in today,
Great.
all my saved characters were gone. I'm just wondering if I can get the beginner avatar.
Oh, that was you.
Speaking,
I waited
go.
my headset. My headset.
Someone go give them the Decavar.
I've done all
Give
of
him
this
the
just for the head.
Hey,
Take him to get the Decavar.
Fair enough. Yes, give him the deck. Okay, my final thoughts on this. I will say before it is that I have to go. I love you all because you give a fuck. When I transferred from the Kriegsman to what we are now, it was difficult because I knew people had been here for the sake of the Kriegsmen. They thought I was cringe. They thought this was cringe. How could they not? This doesn't look like anything that they're used to. It doesn't make sense to them. Everything of which that we've created thus far is something that is completely alien to them, and that was the point. You are the niche. The people who looked at this crew and said, I want to invest my time into this. This looks cool enough for me to take seriously. Despite the fact that we weren't standard soldiers wielding bayonets and whatnot with gas masks on, looking like a rip-off Nazi Germany 1940 type suit, despite that we weren't that, you lot decided to stay. Because you saw something that no one, most people, even today, don't see. I am so unfathomably grateful of this. And it would be a pain to me and my soul if I were to do this thing and throw it away. I care for you lot. Because you lot have proven, or are proving, that you care enough in me. This dream that I've built was not built in a day, and it certainly wasn't built alone. It was built by all of the people that put their lives and their time into this group. Never mind all of the horrid people that we had during our times. Never mind all of the horrid stories that we can tell you about all of these nasty people that came about. Because even they had put in work for this crew. There are people to this day who are grinding their teeth because they were lecked out of this group, because they weren't worthy of this group, and they hate that. There have been many times in our history where people have made groups out of spite of this because they could not stay. That is how much passion this group incites. This group incites so much damn passion that families began to manifest. I am grateful. I am so grateful. And it isn't the same. As much as I've compared it as such, to the Kriegsmen and all that, it isn't, because the Kriegsmen wasn't my people. They were not. They followed me, and they are your ancestors.
I'm trying to break the seriousness, but I'm like really hungry.
Go eat, damn it. Jesus Christ, I can hear you from all the way over here.
I'm moving away from him.
Jesus Christ.
I'm killing you and cooking you later. Anyways, continue.
I'm in the midst of a speech, Mac. Come on.
I also bear kind of a rebuttal when you're done with this speech, because now something bothers me.
Okay, but we also have to realize he's 5 minutes late.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck. I have a rebuttal and I want to speak it.
Okay, well, you can speak it after I'm gone. With that said, with all of that said, it is not the same. Because they were not my kin. They followed me, but they were not the thing that I needed them to be. What I envisioned us to be. With that said, certain aspects, not in reference to anyone's personality, but neither is this. We are bare bones. I have settled for what we have. And I can continue to settle for what we have. Because this is fine. From here where it is that we are, from our trajectory, never mind the conversation we are having, we can still reach what it is that I've been wanting to reach. In a fine enough capacity where I would be satisfied. But if there is a possibility where it is that we can do even more, where we are not so limited, that is an option I have to consider. At the very least, think about. At the very least, I think about it. Not an outright no. As the others have stated already, this is something that will not happen overnight. I expect you lot to debate it. I expect you lot to speak up to us about it, because I know a good deal of you do not like this, and that is fine. So do that. There's a lot to consider, is all I say. And I want you to I want to convey that me considering this is not in any shape or form me being ungrateful to anything that any of you have done for this group. It is only the results of mine own ambition and seeing your descendants' future. The next Kaiser, the next Noctos, what does that future look like? If it continues to look like this, fine. If it's something else, however, I'm all about the future. Again, something I must think about. With that said, I bid you lot adieu. Thank you very much for showing. This, of course, meeting shall persist. In my absence, I just am
What
bidding
about
you
my
adieu.
rebuttal, man?
I cannot rebuttal you. I cannot communicate. I cannot converse with you. I have no time. So I am going
Where are you going?
somewhere I have planned. With that said, I salute to the Arcs. I salute to the people who are here. I bid thee adieu.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Do we?
Where?
And
Okay,
oh,
so then where are the rest of the avatars at? He says ambition and all this other. Where are all the avatars at? There's an entire list of shit. Why is he saying all this ambition and having us switch to a different thing? We don't have all the avatars done. That's what doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, but it's also L we're talking about. He jumps ahead in steps.
He jumps ahead in steps, but he doesn't plan. So what? We have a whole bunch of avatars that need to be done. We need to make vehicles and all this other shit.
Two things.
Like,
Alex.
what the hell?
One, the avatars are in progress, and if we stick with VR chat, those avatars are not going to be done for like a year. On Resonite, the avatar creation workflow is so much faster that it would take significantly shorter to make the avatars. Where it would be more beneficial to make the avatars on Resonite and use them there rather than making them for VR chat and transferring them. We don't have all the avatars yet, and we won't for quite some time. But with this platform, making avatars is significantly easier than on VR chat. The toolkit that they provide for creators is so much more in depth, and they give you so much more creativity compared to Unity that it opens up so many doors. It really does. Right now, we are living in a wooden shack. Resonite is like a mansion, comparatively. I want this group to be represented fully. Right now, we're stuck to being humanoids, to being pretty basic avatars, honestly. You know, the most complicated thing we have is like the scream on the Voyagos. With this platform, you can do so much with your avatars. We can have proper beasties where you have to, like you are on all fours and you physically run and crawl forward. I've seen videos, but I haven't even seen 1% of it. It is so cool what some people have made already. And it would represent what Eon is. It would represent what the Militants is. We are creatures. We aren't humans anymore. We're better. And right now on VR chat, we can only represent ourselves as humanoids. But with this platform, we can do so much more. That's why I'm arguing for it. Like Hierarch, I feel horrible leaving our founders behind. The Questies is what makes up our group. You know, the group started from Quest, and if we move past it, then we're abandoning a lot of it. It feels horrible. But it's evolution. It's a necessary change, as long as the platform shows growth over the next few months. This is not something that is set in stone, as Hierarch said. This is not something that's happening anytime soon. This platform could fizzle away and die in the next month, and that's fine. I would no longer argue for it, because it showed that it has no substance anymore. But if it shows that it can be a true contender for VRChat, and this is a platform that grows, we should 100% move there. And the earlier the better. Like an investment. Like
Why can't we have two groups, or well, not two groups, but two stations running at once?
Because it's
If it's just like
it's-
investment, stocks fail and drop.
hypotheticals, you know. It's very complicated. No one.
No,
has-
it's not. No, it would not, actually.
Have you run the same group on 2 platforms? Has L run the same group on 2 platforms? Has anyone run the same
I
group
can
on 2
tell you.
platforms? No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, as a person who's actually been in a group where they were on several platforms, it is difficult. It is hard. It is hard to manage all those different bodies of people. It's very difficult to. Is the problem?
He's just gonna need to appoint a C arc then. He has to. He's gonna have to. So he can run that one and someone can run this one. He's gonna have to if we're gonna make this work. Because if
We're
we
not even sure
retcon
if this is
this,
something that's gonna happen.
I understand that, but listen, if we retcon everybody here, we go over there, if that fails, where are we gonna go? You know what I mean? We can't just abandon this yet.
You're right. You're right. But doing that is gonna be a very hard task, and I would argue it's almost impossible for us to do. For us to manage the same group, keeping the same ranking, keeping the same system across 2 platforms that act completely differently with 2 different Avatar PvP systems, or not even Avatar PvP, with 2 different systems entirely. It's both are so fundamentally different that the group itself would be completely different compared to our VRChat counterpart, and it would be impossible to run both of them properly. It would be a mess. It would be a cobweb within cobwebs within cobwebs. It would be crazy hard. Of course, we could try to put in the effort, and we could try to do this thing, but it would be a fruitless endeavor, in my eyes. I don't want to get rid of the questies. I love our people, I love our community, and we would be abandoning them to go to this thing in the future. But we are knocking down the moldy foundation to create this mansion. We need to fix the base to create the house. VRChat is a disgusting platform. Over the years, it has degraded. The devs are becoming more money hungry. They're pushing out these things on the shop and the avatars shop, stuff like that. It's becoming hard to defend VRChat anymore. I used to argue that, oh, it isn't that bad. People are exaggerating when you go on YouTube and you see like proximity chat, right, and all those crazy furries. But I'm not gonna lie, those videos don't seem so crazy anymore. But this community on VRChat is full of wackos. Our community isn't, right? We filter the crowd, filter through the people, but the percentage of people on VRChat who are just disgusting human beings is too much. This platform is new, it's fresh, it's being moderated, it's full of beautiful people who create. That's the main thing they do on that platform. They create, they help others create, and there's no malicious behavior reported so far. But then look at VRChat. Every day, millions of people are getting reported. Millions of things are happening each day. It's just constant problems with this platform. And I don't think anyone has a good argument for VRChat, right?
No platform is ever going to be squeaky clean, though.
VRChat has been considered the worst social VR platform, though, for the past few years. No? Everyone dogs on VRChat for good reason.
Every platform that gets big is going to have its bad members. Fucking Roblox. Roblox has its bad members. Any community is going to have bad members. Nothing's ever going to be perfectly squeaky clean.
I agree with you, but VRChat has such a high population of just dirty individuals. I don't know how to label them. It's
okay, and we just don't let them in.
They still find their way in, don't they? Look at the Remains of the Devoured.
And then we fucking kick them.
True, but they still make their way in. And I'd rather disconnect us from this disgusting platform and go somewhere new than stay in this cesspool. Go ahead, Remy.
So about the filtering, I think I don't know if obviously you want more than just better players. You want more, and Hierarch do wants more, just for the group in general. But I don't think that the whole VR chat player base being bad. I mean, obviously it affects us with having to, ban and devour people, but they're new bloods. They don't. They most of the time they get devoured as new bloods. I don't think that's
Most of the time, but then sometimes people
most of the time.
become leaders within the group. You know, in the past,
And get
arcs,
gross.
yeah, arcs became arcs, and then, we discovered that they were disgusting human beings. Pedophiles, groomers, scammers. We've had so many bad individuals come onto this platform and join our ranks. Not just new bloods, but people who run this group. In the past and the present, it happens all the time. It's really just VR chat. Of course, every every social platform has its problems. It has its cesspool. But VR chat has such a high concentration of these people that it's disgusting. I hate this platform. I hate that we're stuck to it. I wish that we could evolve through it, I want to move on.
Yeah, I personally joined this group when I was just going around VR chat, and I personally have only really played VR chat for this group. Before I used to just go around everywhere, but I only play for this because I find it fun. But I do think that obviously the app is better because right now it's kind of the way you're talking about. I forgot the name, but it has lower
Resonate.
population of people more dedicated. Obviously, when it becomes more popular, it will have a bigger cesspool. But yeah, obviously VR chat's not the best place, but I personally have had a good time in here. But I mean, obviously it's not my decision, and I see where you guys are coming from. So that's all I wanted to say.
Fair enough.
It's not the best, but it's what we have. It's the best we can work with.
It's not the
in
best
a
that we can work with
reasonable
because we have this
manner.
option.
Yeah, but like in terms of actual group growth, yeah, we can get better worlds, better avatars, better everything. But what about the people? Because you're only going to have maybe like 10, 12 PC people actually going with you. In like just using the stats now, you're probably not going to get many people from a group of 250 people.
How many active members do we have in Northeast right now? Like 30-ish? This group has been running for the start of VR chat, basically. And we have always been a small group. Right? We have gotten to a point where it was only me and as arcs, and Hierarch, obviously. And we had like basically no members. But we grew. We had no one, but then we grew. We had zero
Yeah, but
people,
if we
but we
move
still.
to a smaller platform, then we're going to grow slower than we grow now.
We barely grow as is. We recruit a ton of people, but when do they stay? There's a few outliers that actually become dedicated to the group, but that happens once in a blue moon. Retention has always been the biggest problem. And with this platform, it's a smaller community, but it's a more dedicated community. The people playing that are much more... How do I say this? The people who play VR chat daily just play it to play it, right? The people who play Resonite go on there to create, to expand the platform, to actually make a name for themselves. They go on there for a purpose, not to mirror dwell. So they are actively doing stuff compared to like the VR
Not that
chat
mirror
strip
dwelling's
clubs.
bad.
But we also proved that
To a
we can
degree.
build a community in VR chat. We've got a ton of great people here.
You're right. Yeah.
And that's not what we're disregarding. We're not disregarding
Yeah, but
those
like it
members.
really sounds like that. It sounds like you guys would rather move to this new and better thing and throw away everyone instead of just stay and build off of what we have.
It's not... Okay, two things. It's not throwing away the people, it's throwing away the platform. We are throwing away VR chat. If we
And you're
could bring you
throwing
guys
away
with us, we
people
would.
while doing that is what I'm trying to say.
I
You're
understand
throwing
that,
away
and I don't want to do that, but we have to if we want to expand, if we want to evolve. Alright. We aren't able to make good avatars if we're stuck optimizing for quests, because it's VR chat. It's just your hardware. It's just how it is. Right? It's simply evolution. here. It's not making you guys the outliers because you guys have quests. It's going to this new thing so we can actually represent our group how it should be represented instead of sticking to these. Go ahead, Remy.
I literally don't see anything wrong with these. This is better than what I was in the militants with. We're at a pretty good spot in terms of avatars. You
We
know,
are
all the avatars,
reskin
they have
of
their
the
weapons.
Death Corps of Krieg. We have been for a while. There's nothing about us that makes us truly unique. If we move to this platform, we will become truly unique. Go ahead, Remy.
So the only real motivation to move to this platform is just
To evolve.
really just avatars and worlds.
Yeah, to make our content better. To actually represent our group how it should be
But what's the
represented.
point of having all this great new content if you're not going to have any people to share that content with?
How do you know we won't have any people?
Well, you
You
already
don't.
said we only get about 30 active members. We probably only have 10 or 12 PCVR members. You moved to this
We
new,
are
already pretty small
both
community.
speaking in purely hypothetical scale. Alright? You don't know what's
Yes.
going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. That's why we're going to monitor and see how it works. Alright? And like I
But the
said,
fact that you're
if it,
either...
go.
No, you go. You go. You're already speaking.
if it becomes apparent that this platform isn't going to grow and it turns into a fruitless endeavor, throw it in the trash. Alright? We'll scrap it until a platform actually comes along and looks promising. Alright?
Let's build our own.
That's the dream. It's just we need money and time.
True.
Time is the biggest factor here.
It's just the fact that it feels like you're willing to... The feeling that, like, you guys would rather move on without, like, 90, 80% of militants.
But they don't. That's the thing. They don't want to do that.
We don't
But
want
you're
to,
making
but
it
it's
sound like
it's
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 your
a it's a
only
necessity.
option. You're making it sound like this
It-
is terrible. What we have. You're making it sound like we're suffering like with what we have.
You're
This
not
is terrible.
suffering,
We
but you're
gotta
not
get rid of
represented.
this.
You're not what you should be. That's what I'm saying. You should be way better than you are right now. But you're not because of VR chat. Remy?
Man, bro, I just have one thing to say. Just if it helps ease in, that Hierarch did say that if it is possible to achieve what he wants to do this game, that he would. And they said that it's going to take some time to even consider it. So maybe in the time it takes to even consider it, that will grow. Because, I mean, I haven't been here long enough to see what it was like group growing before, but I think, I mean, I recruited like 4 people the other day. And I see them a lot. So, I mean, I think it's still possible, but that's really just to say, like, so that it doesn't, like, not let you sleep at night, you know? Like, settle it in.
Yeah.
That's all I
but
want to say.
I'm gonna admit this, I am one of the oldest non-sovereign. Most people from my time are in fact gone. Besides for like people who like were elders and rejoined or who left and rejoined. I've seen the rise and downfall of quite a few people, but then there's also some people who are really dedicated. Like Stitchy, they're dedicated. Lev's dedicated. Dragon, I was there when Dragon was recruited. Look at them, they're Arc now. Pretty much, it just what it's simpling down to is that they're dedicated people. You guys want to be more, but you're going to have to kill the dedicated people that cannot move on.
If we do this, then we can't bring you guys with us. If we do the thing of having the two separate groups, then the questies could still be doing something for the group. But then that's its own debate. But you're right. If we do move on to this platform, we are abandoning you guys. I don't want to.
We don't
I
want
wish
to.
I wish that the quests had enough hardware to actually do what we want to do, but they don't. They simply don't. It sucks. It's just it's the virtual reality market right now is limited because no one sees the vision, right? And we have to rely on PCVR to actually do what we want to do. It's That's the problem.
What I was gonna say is no shade at all to you or to anybody, but this is simply to understand. Like I said, I understand where you guys are coming from, but do you think that if you were limited to quests that you would agree with this? This is literally not like in a disrespectful way at all. I
No,
just
I
don't
completely
understand.
understand what you're trying to say. I would hate this decision if I was quest only. I completely understand why you guys hate this, because all of you guys are quest only. I get
I'm
it.
pretty sure everyone that's on PCVR started on Quest.
Yeah. If I didn't have a PC,
I know I am.
and this group that I've been making avatars for, well, I mean, I would need a PC. You get the point. If I was quest only, and I put all this time into the group, and they were just leaving me, what the fuck? Like, I put in so much time into this group for them to just leave. I would feel like shit. And I hope they would feel like shit, which we do. I understand where you guys are coming from, because I was in your shoes once. And it sucks. And if we ever do this, it's gonna suck. And we're gonna feel horrible. Absolutely horrible. We do not want to abandon you guys, but we are going to have to if we move.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if you understood, like, kind of. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had brought up a lot of these points to Alec when we first were talking about it, because I will say, when it comes to when talking with him, I come up a lot with what the rebuttals will be most of the time.
Yeah. It's not like
I don't think we have a conversation.
group-altering conversations too often, but
It really just sounds like it's either like the quality of the experience or the community is the two
It
options.
would be nice if we could have both. It'd be nice if, the world was better. We could actually pay for shit and afford shit, and we could bring everyone with us. But unfortunately, the world is in shambles, the world sucks, everything is expensive. We don't want to leave you guys behind. I don't want to leave you guys behind. Frankly, I'd probably stay behind to assist because, no offense, Alec, fuck you.
everyone hates.
But
I get it.
but I can see both sides. I understand the want for progress. It would be nice though if we could have both, but it's either one or the other right now. But as we're saying, let's not get like feathers ruffled right now, or our gears turned, panties in a twist, whatever synonyms you want to use for that. Remember, this will be several years down the line. And like they said, if this platform is shit and does not grow further from where it's at, fuck the platform.
Out the window. We will not move to this platform unless we see that it has potential for growth. Like we see.
And we would probably
actual growth.
also need to test avatars, test the world creation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of testing, and we have to test the community, what they are receptive to.
There's so many factors that not many factors, but there's a pretty good amount of factors that neither side is putting into. Like, I get it, man, bro. You don't want us to leave you because you're quest only, and I get that, but it's also like, it would be nice to experience the full, show our full potential off. But what you guys also got to remember is this ain't gonna be like Neo said, this ain't gonna be a today thing. We aren't moving today and saying fuck y'all right now. No,
We know nothing of
years
this.
down the line. This is years down the line. So we gotta remember, we aren't leaving you quite yet. We're just experimenting and
For a
looking
good
at
while.
it
Don't say
initially.
quite yet. For a good long while.
Yeah, good. There you go.
Good long while. Like I said, we gotta watch this platform. If it's been open 3 years and only has 200 and something members, and if those members do not grow, we're not going to be interested. Why would we do that? But if it did grow, we'd also then need to test. Like, if it did grow, we would not jump there right away, as we need to test how the avatar creation works, how the map building works. Does the PvP work? How receptive are people to PvP groups? Like, you gotta gauge the factors. It'd be a lot of testing, trial and error, talking to people. We don't know these factors yet. It's so far down the line. Like, so far. Like,
yeah. Not 3 years down the line, but it's gonna be in the
It
far
could
future.
be.
Could be.
It could be.
around there.
At that point, VRChat's gonna die.
Yeah, I know the Steam page has a mixed reviews right now. From what I'm looking at here, the game isn't running good at all right now.
But we also we only know what we do know. We haven't tested it out, so let's not shit on it just yet.
I'm doing my own research the same way that you guys are doing.
I know, and
Can
I'm
I